station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay. Wait for it.
You got to flip the switch and turn the nargnal. Get
Wait,
that scroggin
no,
lined up with.
Black goes with black and red goes with red.
Hang on.
Don't touch the red wire. Don't touch the red wire.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, baby. It's a Friday.
It was like watching MacGyver over there. That was pretty cool.
Welcome into the little bitty baby morning huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. My name is AJ Hoffman. He is Robert Thompson.
Yes.
And boy, oh boy, not only is it a Friday, but real life college football bullets get fired this in one day. We're one day away, not quite 24 hours.
Yeah.
I don't need any games starting up at 6 a.m. tomorrow, but we are going to have real live football matches.
Not in the United States.
No, there are going to be some.
That's right. Not the first one.
The first one won't be. Yeah, we keep exporting our first game for some reason.
Keep sending them elsewhere.
Yeah.
Your football team's going to Brazil.
Well, we're not sending our best. We don't send our best.
When's the first game? What's the early game?
It's
noon.
Florida State. Oh, yeah, it's at noon.
Noon?
Yeah.
Right.
That's the early game. It's funny because in Vegas, college football starts at 9 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
That's both a blessing and a curse.
It's too much for me.
Yeah.
I don't want it that early. I don't want it that early.
That's too early.
And I don't want the late game to be at like 7 o'clock. I want the late game to be a late game.
Yeah, I want it to take me to sleep or keep me up because it's what's saving my ass from a lousy day.
That's it. Yeah, I don't need to know by 10 o'clock if I've lost a bunch of money or not, like yesterday.
Yeah, man. Last night was not a good one.
Dude, I got my butt.
We all did.
1-3 on my wagers yesterday. The stupid Liberty.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, I will forgive the Liberty.
I don't.
But what got us was baseball.
Well, I split my baseball games. I bet 2 underdogs. I bet the sorry-ass Colorado Rockies thinking they could beat Patrick Corbin. Patrick Corbin yesterday.
Stupid Patrick Corbin.
Patrick Corbin was the Nationals were favored for the first time in Patrick Corbin's last 37 starts yesterday.
If I'd have known that, I probably wouldn't have laid the money.
And I said, that can't be right.
37. You're telling me so the last 37 times he stood up, they were not favored to win?
Exactly. And this time they are. So what am I going to do? You got to go the other way. And Patrick Corbin won. They were right. He deserved to be favored. I won with Oakland, who's been significantly better since the All-Star break. Way less embarrassing than they were most of the season.
Well,
but
all right. The
real kick in my taint was the freaking Bengals Colts game.
Well, I understand the aggravation because what was the under 34?
34 and a half.
34 and a half.
And
you had like 5 minutes.
4 minutes to go.
Yeah. All right.
There's 27 points on the board.
You didn't understand the magic of Tyler Badgett. What was the quarterback that brought him back?
It was Logan Whiteside.
Logan Whiteside's magic.
The one who screwed me.
You didn't account for the Whiteside.
The Whiteside effect.
Yeah, man, it was coming.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is it. And I've got this app that tracks like how my bet is, like what the likelihood that it's going to win.
How can you do that?
And it's like you see the chart and it's like under, and then with like 1 minute left, it goes, it's a straight line to the top. Like, oh yeah, that didn't work out. So think about this. I went into it in a game where the total was 34 and a half. The fourth quarter started. It was 10-7. I mean, three quarters they've scored, not even halfway. I'm in great shape.
In hindsight, put this in the memory bank. The further we get through preseason, the more points are being scored. I don't know if that's a deep and thoughtful revelation or something that's pretty consistent.
All it does is piss me off.
Betting the over, the later you gets a little bit easier. I'm going to put that in the Rolodex for next year.
Well, Logan Woodside threw a 21-yard touchdown pass to Jermaine Burton with 4 minutes to go.
Good for old man Burton's boy.
I said, you know what? That's okay, because that made the score at that point 20-14. Let's do the math here. That's
half a point.
That's 34.
You're still playing with fire.
I'm winning. I'm winning right now. And in fact, my little app said, hey, man, don't worry. You're still in good shape.
That's why you shouldn't have that app, man. Why do you want to have the rug ripped out from underneath you? I'm either watching it or I'm tuning in when it's done.
Oh, well, listen, I didn't even see my app until it was done.
Oh, okay. So you could see the, okay. Yeah, I thought you were sitting with your app. Like, put it in the bank, baby. Much worse. And 14 points. I'm golden.
Much worse. I was sitting in public. I was at I only eat at the bar of restaurants now. And if your restaurant doesn't have a bar, I'm not going to go to it, to be honest, because I feel pathetic eating by myself. So,
really?
Yeah, like at a table.
Oh,
I can't do
table.
That.
No. I get full on, I'm going to stretch out.
Yeah, I just sit at the bar and eat.
Do you talk to the bartender?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. It depends if there's not other people there. But I was at a pizza place and the bartender there is super busy because she's got to make all the drinks for the tables too. Yeah. But so I didn't bother her last night. But if it's a slow night, I'll talk to the bartender a little. But while I'm eating my pizza, and that moment of pure disgust when Demetric Felton, who is he's going to be a bus driver next week. A bus driver.
You hear us, Demetric?
Broke off a 40-yard touchdown run. You didn't need that. You didn't need it. You could.
Oh, he needed it.
You know what you should have done? You should have slid down at the 1. That way you guys can take knees. Take knees and run out the clock. It's the way it's supposed to be. Stupid Demetric Felton. I hope, God, I pray that next year on Hard Knocks, you're with whatever team that they do Hard Knocks and you get cut. And I hope it's public and humiliating.
I haven't seen this week's edition of Hard Knocks.
Oh.
Was there anything earth-shaking that I should have found out before they played last night?
No, not really. There is, you know what, on the other, when we get into the second segment, I'll tell you what's different about this Hard Knocks this year. And I'm
kind of embarrassed. I haven't seen it.
I was excited about it.
Well, I was excited about it. I like to see the background, the behind. I've seen the other ones. I just hadn't seen this week's. And
there's only one episode left.
I know. The dropping on Tuesday threw me off this week because of, I guess it was the convention. I can't imagine why I haven't seen this thing.
I haven't seen a minute of political convention time. That's why I was able to watch it.
I watched a fair amount of it the last 2 nights.
I don't need to know which celebrities are endorsing who.
Well, last night, by the way, and I don't know if it actually happened because as soon as Kamala, as I was taught to say, finished her speech, I went to sleep, went to bed. But there was a lot of rumor floating around that the Queen Bee, that Beyonce was going to perform afterwards. Did she? Did she perform?
I don't know.
I think if she had, I'd have heard by now.
Well, I have got no idea.
Come on,
no.
Jay, it was the Queen Bee.
Yeah, I don't need that.
What's going to happen?
I don't need that. I don't need her. I don't need Ted Nugent. I don't need any of them telling me who to vote for.
Oh, last night. Let's see who were the celebs I saw. This D.L. Hughley.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Think about that.
I'm a real cast of
I'm a big believer.
Stars rolling
if
through
D.L. Hughley is like, if he's really swaying your decision, like, okay, hey, I'm thinking about who do I really want to run our country for the next 4 years? I know who I'll ask. D.L. Hughley.
Yeah, he knows.
What do you think?
The man's seen some things, man. D.L. Hughley.
I'm going to ask him right after I ask Kid Rock. Trust me. I don't care what either of them think.
You know, those guys have been out on the mean streets, both of them.
Those guys, they don't know.
They've had to drink the cheapest liquors.
Yeah.
They've had to buy the family specials. They don't know what it's like.
Yeah. Oh, poor Kid Rock.
Those poor guys.
Poor DL.
I'm trying to think of the other celeb. last night. It was the woman that hosts that murder show where she's the fixer. That was the stars.
The Fixer.
Man, I don't know.
Is it like a true crime murder show?
Well, no,
or
she's
like
in DC, and she's like a fixer, a political fixer. You got a problem, you go to her.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen that.
Which I thought was ironic at the convention, but
I'm sure they did
done.
Too.
And I had missed. It turns out, not much.
Well, I don't want you to. I don't want you to give out your vote here. But have you made up your mind? Have you come to a decision?
Oh, as far as the election?
Yes.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I have well, yes, I have. There's
nothing
a lot more at
you.
stake other than president coming into this election that I still have some.
You still got some decisions to make. Okay. I prefer to watch Hard Knocks to that.
9 times out of 10.
That's what I go with, and then I watch like I was watching Dana White Contender Series and all that stuff on Tuesday. That's how I roll through my week. But Tuesday, it's now my big television day because it's the Contender Series, it's Hard Knocks, and the Ultimate Fighter, which is now over, but or will be concluded on Saturday.
Does the Contender thing carry through football season, or is Dana even going to take a break?
There's 8 weeks of it. So Tuesday was week 2.
Oh wow! So they're going to go into football season.
They're going to go into football season.
I wonder what the
cross football on
pollination
Tuesday nights.
Does the typical UFC fan follow football? Is it like, or is it a?
I don't know. I mean, in my mind, and this may be naive, but when I was a program director, I did a lot of these. We did a lot of polls, see what people enjoyed.
And this is a question I've never asked.
The general thought for me was that 90% of sports fans are football fans, and then they also enjoy X amount of sports
in the Venn diagram.
And I would say there's probably some. I think fight sports and football guys who enjoy organized violence.
What's your average? But it skews younger, right?
MMA.
Yeah.
Yes, it does skew younger, but the NFL does too. Really. I mean, now I would say it's but I think more young people are interested in the NFL than they are in college football.
It depends on in the circles I run in, that's not the case, but it doesn't surprise me.
It's just I don't know why, but I think most of the college football diehards are guys who graduated from X university years ago, and they're still like, oh, go team. I think most young people are just like, whatever.
I've watched my brother in particular really sway toward college.
Is he a Texas Fighting Aggie?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
But he is. I mean, for the longest time, Cowboys were an equal part of his fandom, and I would say it has decreased over the years, primarily because of the Cowboys, inability to win anything.
Well, and because the Aggies have won so much.
Well, but it's funny. Well, it's funny, and that's where I was going. How you fall back on where you spent your money. Because, what I mean? He landed where he had invested, but it's funny. I have never my fandom is equal. To this day, I enjoy Saturdays as much as Sundays. I always have. I can't tell you I'm a favorite of one or the other. I can tell you that I'm more of a fan of college basketball than NBA, and that's a rare thing.
You are more of a fan?
I enjoy college basketball more than the NBA.
Wow.
I enjoy playoff basketball, but for the most
regular
part,
season NBA is such a miserable grind.
But my fandom of football, it is equal. I need both. One feeds the other, and that has never changed.
Well, open wide, Rob, because you're about to get a mouthful tomorrow.
We're going to keep
shepherd's pie straight from Ireland. They're going to shovel it in your face. Florida State and Georgia Tech. DJ Uyunglele. Uyunglele.
Where was he before? He was
Oregon State.
Oregon State. Prior to that,
Clemson.
He
followed Trevor Lawrence.
I hope they don't hurt his feelings. Those Hawaiian quarterbacks have a thin skin.
Well, I think he's been told enough times that he sucks that he's on
his third school.
Yeah, he's a little tougher. But last year was his best year. Getting away from Clemson was a good thing for him. I've told you my thoughts on Dabo Swinney. He's Jimbo Fisher 2.0.
Without the paycheck.
Well, no, his paycheck's pretty good. He just doesn't.
Oh, even Jimbo's laughing at him.
The thing about Dabo is he's still got to work to get his paycheck. Jimbo
stopped working 2 years ago.
I don't know what's Jimbo doing now.
Are you kidding? He's still counting his money. Is
he going to be in hiding?
Well, why would he come out? He's got $75 million to go play and do as he will.
Can he be like on television? I guess he's a boring dude. Like nobody wants to see him on television.
He is a bit of a used car salesman. He talks real fast. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I know exactly
got that West Virginia speed.
I know exactly what you're saying.
He talks real fast, and that boy, he can run. I don't think there's a place for him there. He's going to be coaching soon. He'll be back in the midst.
As soon as A&M finishes paying him, like, what can he coach? Can he double dip? Or if he gets another job, does that?
If his agent's worth his salt, yeah, it doesn't matter. You fired him, pay him.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. I want to double dip. I'll go coach at freaking Kennesaw State.
Well, that's where I bet he'll land. I really do. I believe he'll land someplace in the mid-Atlantic area, coaching someplace in West Virginia, Marshall, one of those schools.
Yeah, and Western Kentucky.
And they won't fire him because they ain't going to have to pay him, and he'll recruit quite well.
And they'll never get anybody with that kind of a name anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think he'll pop up again, but never at a level that we've seen.
No, good. And hopefully wherever he goes, he brings along.
I don't hold him any ill will for what happened. We were the ones that gave him the extension. I mean, that guy got fired and moved on, but we're the ones that added to it.
I just hate that that he convinced people that he was like a good coach.
For 2 years, he did his job.
Well, his name brand did the job.
That's what I'm saying.
He showed up with a ring on his finger, and they were like, "Ooh, well, I want to play for you."
Well, we gave him a blank check and go buy what you can, and he got spoiled.
Yeah, but then when it comes to actually coaching football games on Saturdays, he sucks. And they finally got tired of it, and they said, "Wait a minute, you're still using your playbook." Was printed out printed out on those sheets with the dots on the side where you tear off, like it was on one of those printers.
What people forget is going into last year, they had brought in the offensive genius that is Bobby
Petrino. That's right.
So they told us the playbook had changed, and it hadn't.
No, but they brought in Bobby Petrino, and then Jimbo said, "Well, I'll still be calling the plays." What the fuck? What? We're going to be a lot more modern now that we've got Bobby Petrino. Now, he ain't allowed to call plays. You see, that's still my job. Wait a minute. Why? This guy actually knows how to coach offense.
It catapulted Petrino back to Arkansas.
He's like, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I once coached Jameis Winston to a national championship. I mean, well, Jameis Winston drug your corpse to a national championship. Congratulations. And you stole a bunch of money after that. Great job.
I think we just got a little bit of what Jimbo was, but yeah, he was an absolute failure when he got to us.
Jimbo beat it. I don't like to say us. I'm not one of you. I'm not part of your cult.
That's us.
But yeah, you're wearing the clothes today, so you can say
I will
us.
be adorned in Aggie gear till kickoff of Notre Dame from here on out.
Right, that's it.
It is the season.
You have enough. You have 9 shirts.
I've got at least that many.
Okay. Well,
so it will be. It is tradition. We will be Aggie adorned until we wear our white on Saturday.
And you're going to wear white on Saturday.
I think we're going to be in white. I'm not sure. I haven't seen what the uni will be.
Okay. What's your confidence level?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay. If you lose to Notre Dame, is the sky falling, or is it just one game?
No, this is a rebuilding year. We got a brand new coach. We lost a bunch of kids. I think I expect improvement. If healthy, this is a team that could be fun, but I don't expect any titles.
That's good, man. It's nice when you can go into a season and be like, yeah, we probably be a little bit better, but we might still suck. Whatever.
The key will be staying healthy, and if they are, this is a 8-9 win team.
I think they might surprise you a little.
Yeah, well, 8-9 wins, man. I'm dancing to the bank.
Schedule's kind of open. Mm-hmm. As far for an SEC schedule's kind of open.
Yeah, this is going to be, but everything will come down to what happens on that Saturday after Thanksgiving. That's what this season is going to be judged by.
Oh, and by the way, we'll talk about that coming up in the 7:00 hour.
Oh boy, they had me going. I had the pucker factor, and I was about to get real mad and write a sternly written letter.
Rob set off a false alarm
to the 12th Man Foundation, sternly upset with the change that was going to happen, and they got me.
False alarm by Rob. He alerted everyone that there was something happening that wasn't.
I wasn't alone, or they wouldn't have acted like they acted.
Another false alarm. Beyonce did not perform.
See, what the hell was that?
I think she's changed her vote. That's what
she
happened.
didn't hear enough policy from.
No, she said, you know what? After hearing DL Hughley, I've decided that I think Hulk Hogan's onto something.
Both former or future Dancing with the Stars candidates.
When it comes down to it, whose word do I want to take on politics, DL Hughley or Hulk Hogan? And Beyonce said, you know what?
I'm gonna go.
She ripped her shirt off, and underneath
it said Robert Kennedy.
It said Trump Hogan 24, and I said, what? Trump Hulkster 24. All right. When we come back, I'll tell you what's new about Hard Knocks. It's Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Fall Golf Classic is back. Monday, September 30th at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now. $120 per person or $400 per foursome. The Fall Golf Classic, benefiting San Antonio sports, is presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, sponsored in part by Jim Beam, PPL Motorhomes, Flight by Yingling, Tomalitos Mexican Restaurant. The Fall Golf Classic happening Monday, September 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Well, a gentleman pulled in something more than a fish this week. She brought in a 3-pound bale of marijuana.
Oh,
boy.
That's a lot of dough.
How do you cut that up? How far will that go?
If he sold 3 pounds to Bobo, he'd still be smoking it in the year 2034.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Train heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. Traininfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
You've got to watch your NFL team every Sunday, and Verizon's got you covered for all your team's out-of-market games every Sunday afternoon. Come on! From kickoff to sign-off, from first downs and touchdowns
right
to turnovers and overturned plays.
After review, the pass was incomplete.
Nice! Let's go! This season, win every Sunday with Verizon. Get a great deal on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV and a new phone. Excludes digital-only games. Terms and embargoes apply.
Fall's coming. You have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve, so this fall make a plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Is your vehicle stopping like it should? Does it squeal or grind when you brake? Don't miss out on summer brake deals at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
This is the famous footwear that makes us actually want to go back to school. With the newest styles from all your favorite brands like Nike, Adidas, Crocs, Converse, New Balance, Birkenstock, and more. You'll find everything kids want, all at prices parents can appreciate. Because you don't have to overspend to make it famous. Famous Footwear even has fit experts in store to make sure you get the right size every time. So for the perfect fit, make it famous. Plus, right now, buy one, get one half off when you shop your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions apply.
Hi, welcome to Staples. Hi, my son's teacher emailed his back to school list. He needs crayons and a comp book for every subject.
Okay, no problem. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school.
Oh, now they're saying he needs folders and glue.
You got it.
And markers?
Of course.
Oh, geez.
Can we get a card, please?
Save big on back to school with Staples Hot Deals. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are only 50 cents each at Staples. Ends 8/24 in-store only, limit 10.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out. Going out in the rinse shade. Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash it smells so so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes 100% of odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
O'Reilly! Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free in or out of your vehicle. We can help you find the best battery for your vehicle and budget. O'Reilly Auto Parts has batteries starting at just $79.99. Get your battery tested for free today at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
What if you could build a 6-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a 6-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Brett Kitchen, best-selling author, executive producer, and star in a brand new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception. In this film, we traveled over 20,000 miles interviewing real Americans who've retired successfully with a great lifestyle and peace of mind. They share their stories on how they get more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and the money's never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even the super wealthy are shifting money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money saved, call to talk to a specialist and get a free copy of this brand new movie at 800-486-9595. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you can get it completely free. I'll even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call right now, 1-800-486-9595. That's 1-800-486-9595. Again, that's 1-800-486-9595.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We have cleared a couple of our trouble spots. That stall at 410 northbound 37 southeast side is cleared, and they have picked up the road work on the northeast side at 410 eastbound Starcrest over to Parent Vital. Looks like they are in the clear stages, picking zones on 35 southbound 1604 on down to Judson Road. If you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. And Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hard Knocks. A little different this year than normal. I don't know if you've picked up on this, Rob, but there's no bad words. There's no potty mouth on Hard Knocks this year. And normally it's when you watch Hard Knocks, you're hearing a lot of the coaches.
So.
And
You're getting the ambient.
Yeah, like the coaches speeches and things like that. And I'll be honest, it took me until week 2 to notice it. And then I just assumed that HBO was trying to clean things up a little bit. But then a story came out this week after the week 3 episode, which also featured no cussing. That apparently, you remember Rex Ryan? He was the one, that was the go eat a GD snack.
Which I say to this day to my wife.
Yeah, let's go get a GD snack. One of the
greatest quotes of all time.
But the Bears, they basically, it turns out they cut out the profanity because the McCaskey family doesn't want their team associated with bad words and potty mouth boys.
Well,
I was like, what? It's something that they don't do and wouldn't want to see. So it's kind of a decision that was made out of respect for them, letting us in their house and wanting to be respectful to them. I'll be honest, the Bears are not interesting enough that I would have let them put a stipulation like that on my show. Like if I were Hard Knocks, I'd be like, yeah, thanks. We're going to go, we'll go follow the whatever crappy team. It doesn't matter. Yeah, either Bears, throw them in a bag. It doesn't matter.
Kids these days.
Yeah. We'll go follow the Vikings.
I don't really have a problem with it.
Okay.
I'm not mad. I mean, don't censor me. But I have a job where I'm not allowed to cuss.
No, but you're not on HBO. And
But I mean, I get the fact where
Hard Knocks has done 23 seasons.
I get it,
and it's gone pretty well for them. Their recipe seems to work.
And I think this particular idiom of Hard Knocks is in decline. I think the end season one and the other stuff is kind of taken. I mean, I'm not mad at it, is what I'm saying. I'm a little upset with HBO for agreeing to it.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, you don't agree to it, but
don't
at the same
change up the
time,
recipe.
But if the McCaskies had gone to their employees and their players and said, "Look, no cussing,
keep it down,"
keep it down, I wouldn't really have a problem with
I wouldn't be mad about that either. But I wouldn't tell HBO you got to edit differently.
The funny thing is, I hadn't noticed.
See, well,
and I'm such a clean cut, non-cussing guy.
HBO goes to they seem to just bow down to what everybody wants. HBO, if you remember, HBO once had a really wildly successful show called Game of Thrones. You may have heard of this.
I vaguely remember this show.
And they had a gal on this show named Daenerys Stormborn.
I'm a big fan of Daenerys.
She was also known as Khaleesi. Mm-hmm. And the reason why she was such a popular character is because the first couple seasons felt like just about every episode we got to see her boobies.
Well, man,
and
it was driven by plot, though. It wasn't just objectification. Like, there was
here's some
reason behind the freaky sex.
There's some sword fighting and dragons, and you play with all the I'll sit through these dragons and nonsense, but then boom, out comes old Khaleesi's boobies, and it's like, well, that made up for that episode. And then about right when the show was like at its peak, they said, you know what, we got a real winner on our hands. What'd this gal do? She goes into HBO and says, "Hey,
no more.
I ain't taking my boobies out anymore." I swear to God, I would have found a new Khaleesi if I were in charge. I would have said, "Okay, you're fired. We're replacing you with a lookalike."
Did it coincide with? Didn't she play in The Crown? She was doing the Queen at the same time, and she was like, "I can't really be
the Queen."
She played the Queen, like a young Queen Elizabeth in The Crown. And I think that there was
kind
of like
seen that show. I can't even imagine the Queen as young. I just thought she's always been an old bag.
Well, she's young in this one, but also Khaleesi doesn't have the blonde hair, so you have to really kind of go, "Oh, I recognize you now."
Yeah,
but still, you've seen the Queen's boobies.
Well, okay.
At least
I don't like to brag, but I saw them in
person.
2013.
What happened in 2013?
I don't kiss and tell, Rob. But let's just say the Queen and you know what? I
don't want to get into it.
I don't kiss and tell is all I'm going to say.
Does Harry have a brother that he needs to know about?
I don't care to say. I don't care to say. Maybe Charles, maybe there's a spare Charles. I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't have let them change up what I was doing with this show if I'm HBO.
They're desperate. I do think that there's some waning popularity with the product, or they wouldn't have jumped into the spring and the regular season. And there's competition with Amazon, who does that in season all or nothing kind of stuff. So I think they're trying to grow it. And they're running out of teams to do. And
well, I mean, they can recycle teams. It doesn't bother me any. I just want an interesting team.
Isn't there a rule though? I think that there's certain rules that they have to abide by. Like,
and there's like
no new coaches, no whatever,
no playoff teams,
and
but yeah, this is.
I think Jerry would do it every year.
I'm sure he would.
Yeah, he'd be happy.
I'm sure he would. Well, and the deal is, those are the teams that are allowed to say no. I mean, honestly, this would have been the best year to do the Cowboys. Like, I don't know how. I mean, I guess because they fell under that umbrella of teams that can opt out. But God, what great drama that would have been.
The only dream,
man. That would have been almost as good as Khaleesi popping out her boobies. Hearing Dak talk about it, it would have shown Dak saying, "Who are you?
Who are you?"
to me.
Early in the morning.
I don't know. I'm just a guy. 2 more episodes of Hard Knocks. One on this coming Tuesday, the 27th. One on September 3rd. So, and then after that, they'll return in December for in-season Hard Knocks, which features the entire AFC North. And if
it's not just one team.
No, an entire division. And if I know John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin, there will be cussing on Hard Knocks in season, is my guess. All right, when we come back, we'll see what the latest is on Brandon Ayuk. Maybe a door's been opened back up. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it is day 2 of our Las Vegas adventure here at Circa Las Vegas.
Yeah, we'll have the latest here from Circa, at least what we can tell you about. And we'll get you ready for the Cowboys preseason finale as they have broken camp in Oxnard and headed back to the Metroplex. John Machota from The Athletic will join us at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9313. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9313. That's 800-575-9313. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
Hey, it's Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. I'm one of 5 million active members. I play every day because you know why? It's the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports because I get to use my knowledge and apply it to win some serious money. And as a player, they invented FlexPay, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if your pick don't hit. You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with just a simple 4 correct picks. It is that easy to play. You can have fun. It's simple. It's a great playing experience, and you can use your knowledge. How well is Tyreek Hill going to do this week? How is Dak Prescott going to play? If you know, you go play. It's Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code Alamo and get $50 instantly when you play. That's code Alamo on Prize Picks. You get $50 instantly when you play just 5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Have you or a family member been arrested? The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MBA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Biana's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Cowboys! South Texas home for the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday afternoon at 3. After wrapping training camp at the Star in Frisco, the Cowboys take on the Los Angeles Chargers at Jerry World in Arlington for their final preseason game. Pre-game starts at 2 p.m. Presented by AA Best Bell Bonds and Ewald Kubota. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. So we are starting to fill in a little bit. 1604 eastbound starting to slow down. Nacogdoches over to 35. Highway 90 eastbound 211 to Hunt Lane. That's starting to roll slowly. We did clear the stall at 281 northbound Tacoma and I-10 westbound at Woodlake Parkway. Both of those stalls have cleared. If you guys see something we're not talking about, do call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-75-2601. And Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Washington Commanders traded away former first-round pick Jahan Dotson in division to the Eagles. And there's some people who think that he may have done that, or they may have done that because they want to get back into the Brandon Ayuk discussions. Remember, Brandon Ayuk and Jaden Daniels were teammates at Arizona State before Jaden Daniels went to LSU. And it seemed like that was one of the places where, because remember, Brandon Ayuk seems to be very picky about where he goes.
There seemed to be some prereqs.
Jeez.
Winning record, quarterback
I ain't playing for the Patriots. I ain't playing for the Browns. I don't want to go to that city. It's cold there. It seems like it's been down to either he's going to be a 49er or he's going to be traded to the Steelers. That's the one that we've heard a lot. But the Commanders may be back in play with the Dotson trade. Now we are 17 days away from NFL kickoff, 16 days away. It might be time to get the job done if we're going to do that. But it does say that, you know, I guess it was like last week. It was like seemingly the 49ers were going to get this thing done. And
I still think they are.
And the 49ers have come out and said, unlike Jerry, they've said it's a priority for us to get Ayuk and Trent Williams. Boy, Trent Williams is a priority. They got to get that done ASAP. Whatever he wants. He's one of those dudes that I don't say no to. Like, yeah, you want that? You got it. You're the man.
Who do you prioritize? It's Trent
Williams,
first, without question. And I think that they're in the same boat with Trent as the Cowboys are with Micah Parsons, but they're ahead of the game. You got one of the best in the game. You're going to pay him.
Well, I think it's almost like they're in the same boat with the Cowboys with CD, because
CD's
there's
a little different, because CD
there's no alternative.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, at least with Ayuk, you're at a position where, okay, the Cowboys still have, or the 49ers still have playmakers
Trent
without
still
Ayuk.
has another year on his deal, right? I mean, he's still got more time on this thing.
He's got this year.
I thought he had 2 years.
No,
he was
in the same boat as CD. Like, it's this year.
They're going to sign Ayuk, And they're gonna. Well, I say that.
I don't know.
I can't. If it's a now or never situation, and Ayuk knows it.
I don't want to give Brandon Ayuk $30-something million.
I know you don't, but you also want to try to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I would just say, yeah, we're going to try to get the Super Bowl this year while you make $14 million, and next year you go where you want to go.
Well, that's the other thing. I think that he's going to have to come back, but you're going to have to pay Trent Williams.
I think so.
I mean,
too.
This goes without saying.
And if Brandon Ayuk has a monster year again, and he is in fact the real deal, then you can make it a decision, or you can franchise him. You do what you want to do, but or if he's not, you just let him go, and hey, go on your way, Bubba. But you've got weapons.
Who's in a worse situation right now? I mean, take away the headlines and the the cowboyness and the 49erness and all that.
The Cowboys are in a worse situation.
Are you sure?
Yes.
They don't have a left tackle hanging out there.
No, but the Cowboys are so devoid of playmakers without CeeDee Lamb. There's just nothing. If you're a defense and you're game planning against the Cowboys, what do you game plan for these days? It's CeeDee Lamb. That's it.
Well, without their left tackle, I know what my defensive game plan is going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a quarterback I can get to.
No, I mean, you're right. I just feel like if the 49ers would say, okay, well, we'll just lean on our run game. We'll lean on McCaffrey. You can do that. Cowboys can't lean on their run game. You know what I mean?
No, but I had forgotten that the situation that the 49ers are in, because we don't hear about it.
No, Trent Williams is surprisingly not talked about much.
Do you think the expectation is just like CD? He'll be there in 2 weeks.
I don't know. I really don't. Trent Williams had enough money in the bank where he could just say, piss off.
And he's legitimately the best.
Yeah.
He's the guy that can actually say, well, I don't know what you thought you were going to have to pay me, but you're going to pay me more than anybody else.
Yep. All right. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the NFL preseason games that happened yesterday. Coming up in the next hour, we've got Texas and Aggie to discuss. They had a big special press conference yesterday. We'll preview Chargers, Cowboys, and some QB battles that are still going on. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
I don't know where you're heading this weekend, but your first stop needs to be Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks over the weekend is the place to be, especially for the beginning of college football season. The TVs are going to be tuned to the appropriate channels all weekend long. Not only do you have college, you got the NFL games starting tonight and all weekend long. That goes without saying. You need to be at Twin Peaks to watch every minute of all the action in a man cave, because that's what you get when you head over to any Twin Peaks. A man cave. Think about it. Surrounded by TVs. Wherever you want to see, it is there. Whatever you need to eat and drink is brought to you by fabulous help. The food is going to be scratch-made, outstanding, appropriate menus for all that you're watching. And then there comes the mixologist behind the bar. Icy cold drinks, 29-degree cold beer. That's coming. They have a high appreciation for the very best bourbons and tequilas in the world. Drink specials every day. I could keep going, but I better tell you where they are so you can head over there right now. Twin Peaks got 4 locations here in San Antonio, 151 and 410, Days of All on I-10, right in the middle of Loopland, San Pedro and 410, and the new locale, nearly a year old now, over on IKEA Lane on the northeast side. The eats are always fantastic. The drinks are icy cold. But why do we go? It's those scenic views.
94.1 FM, San Antonio Sports Star.
This is the famous footwear that makes us actually want to go back to school, with the newest styles from all your favorite brands like Nike, Adidas, Crocs, Converse, New Balance, Birkenstock, and more. You'll find everything kids want, all at prices parents can appreciate, because you don't have to overspend to make it famous. Famous Footwear even has fit experts in store to make sure you get the right size every time. So for the perfect fit, make it famous. Plus, right now, buy one, get one half off when you shop your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions apply.
Is this house a good price compared to others in the area? Are prices going up or down? If I don't make an offer right this very moment, will I miss my chance? These are just some of the questions a home buyer might ask. And these are the sorts of questions an agent who is a realtor can help answer. Because realtors have the expertise, data, and access to specialty training to help you navigate the process of buying a home. They provide support, guidance, and have your back every step of the way. That's what realtors do, because that's who we are.
Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Lowe's knows Labor Day calls for big savings. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save up to $750 when you buy 2 or more select major appliances priced $396 or more. And My Lowe's Rewards members get 3 bags of premium 2 cubic foot color mulch for just $10. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 9/4 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
You've got to watch your NFL team every Sunday, and Verizon's got you covered for all your team's out-of-market games every Sunday afternoon. Come on! From kickoff to sign-off, from first downs and touchdowns
That's right.
to turnovers, no, and overturned plays.
After review, the pass was incomplete.
Nice! Let's go! This season, win every Sunday with Verizon. Get a great deal on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV and a new phone. Excludes digital-only games. Terms and embargoes apply.
Lowe's knows Labor Day calls for big savings. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save up to $750 when you buy 2 or more select major appliances priced $396 or more. And My Lowe's Rewards members get 3 bags of premium 2 cubic foot color mulch for just $10. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 9/4 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. You stop running because your feet always hurt. That's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem. And it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medication. Treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Get it together, Rob. Camera's out. Duh. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We had 2 NFL games yesterday. I've already bitched about one. The Colts and the Bengals. I don't know if Anthony Richardson can play.
I saw flashes. I'm not going to hold a lot of what happened against him last night against him because it looked like 2 of them were dropped. There were some overthrows. He's a little bit further along than I thought, but he's a long way.
He's got a nose ring. I don't want a quarterback with a nose ring.
Why? What is wrong with a nose ring, old man?
It doesn't feel right. If you're a running back or a receiver, okay. Like, if you're an offensive lineman or a quarterback, I don't want you wearing a nose ring.
What about bleached blonde hair? What if your quarterback showed up for work blonde?
I don't care about
bleached?
that.
You don't, but you care about the nose ring.
I care about the nose ring. That feels odd to me.
But the bleached blonde hair doesn't.
No. And listen, Joe Burrow's got skins on the wall already, if that's who you're talking about.
Well, what's the skin? The national title?
Well, I mean, Joe Burrow played in a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, Anthony Richardson, how about, play a full NFL season before you start walking out there with a nose ring?
And then get a nose ring, earn it?
Earn your nose ring. That's
Is
it.
he the first starting quarterback in the NFL with a nose ring?
First one I know of.
Yeah.
I can't think of one.
Hey, I'm going to be on StreamYard when we come back.
Vic, you ripped me off on this segment.
Sorry.
We got more NFL preseason to talk. I guess we'll talk A&M and Texas on the other side, too. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson, KTFM Floresville.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Hey, Reverend Charles, will you give him direction to the church down in Miami?
You just turn right on the service road, go about 4 miles, and there's a big chicken statue. That's RuPaul's House of Chicken. They advertise on local TV in Miami. RuPaul would hold the box of chicken and say, "Honey, eat my chicken."
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Head to Mattress Firm's best sale of the year, the Labor Day sale. Get a king bed for a queen price. Save up to $700 plus a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circa Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed prizes. 2 ways to win and no rate. Circa Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. Visit circusports.com for details.
My wife and I always loved doing everything together. Jiu-jitsu, kayaking, and intimacy was always on point. It was around my early 30s when I noticed a downward trend. Watching a lot of TV, putting on weight, and just full of self-doubt. I had tried another men's clinic with disappointing results. It's the personalized treatment I receive at Revive Men's Health that has been the complete game changer for me. I've got my energy and motivation back. I'm feeling stronger than I did in my 20s, and it made me a much better husband to my wife.
I'm Nicole Chrysler, healthcare provider at Revive Men's Health. If you are always feeling tired or moody, have a difficult time sleeping, or decreased libido, you may be suffering from low testosterone.
Book your free T-check and exam. Call Revive Men's Health San Antonio at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
We all expect our home to protect everything we love. But here in Texas, we don't expect the ways water is breaking down our foundations and damaging our homes. Cracks in walls and uneven floors are just a few signs your foundation is shifting. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Foundation Support Specialists. Make sure your investment is protected. Get your free inspection at FoundationSupportSpecialists.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we do have a couple of stalls. 35 southbound St. Mary's, that one off to the right shoulder, and another stall on the shoulder at 151 eastbound at Loop 410. Most all our major freeway systems now starting to fill in a little bit. 90 eastbound 211 to Hunt Lane, now about a 10-12-minute commute. On 35 southbound Cibolo Valley Drive in the Schertz area, just now getting reports disabled vehicle. And Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Center.
Bernie Little League are in the U.S. Little League World Series final. They'll take on the Southeast team from Florida, who beat the Mountain Squad 6-3 yesterday. First pitch tomorrow at 2:30. In the NFL, preseason wraps up for the Texans as they close out against the Los Angeles Rams in Houston, and the Dallas Cowboys close things out against the Los Angeles Chargers in Jerry World, a game you can catch live right here. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're looking live, folks, from San Antonio, Texas. God, I cannot wait. Tomorrow, we're going to be sitting there, and they're going to say, I hope there's like some guys who talk like leprechauns on the call. I wouldn't even care if they do the whole call like that.
I just like the theme.
Who do you think would be the leprechaun? Desmond Howard?
No, I don't. I don't know.
Game day there?
Are they there?
I think so.
Oh, that's a bummer.
So Saban's going to be sitting there.
I can't imagine Nick Saban flying to Ireland. Nick Saban seems like me, like a guy who I'm not going overseas. I don't go there. I'm not going to that place.
You can't take his Ferrari there.
That's a long trip. That's a hassle. But yeah, we're gonna be watching real football that matters. The results will matter. Oh, glory be. And we're gonna watch Hawaii and Delaware State, which won't matter, but we'll watch it.
And Nevada.
Nevada plays SMU. That one matters.
Oh,
I mean, they're both D1 teams. That matters. Come on, Rob. Don't be a snob.
Well, I'm not a snob. It matters.
Yeah, it matters.
I also have F1 coming this week. Coming back.
What?
It went away for a month. Now it's back. They're headed toward Austin here in a couple of weeks.
You going to watch that?
Sunday mornings. It's kind of a tradition.
Oh, there's going to be football on Sunday morning, though.
Not that early.
Oh, okay.
See, we get F1 kind of like Vegas time. Normally it's about 8, 9 Sunday morning.
So you like this F1, but you don't like NASCAR?
No, I don't like it. NASCAR now.
Why not? Too lowbrow.
No, the thing about F1, is F1 just says go fast.
Uh-huh.
There's no limitations. There's no restrictor plates. There's no just go fast. Be safe, but go fast. And that's it. We're not going to check anything. There's some, basic stuff that we're going to all have to abide by.
So there's no rules?
Well, there's rules, but as far as, NASCAR and to some extent IndyCar, it's focused on the driver. All the cars are essentially equal, except for when if you're not Rubbins racing kind of stuff, but it's about the driver. And the F1, it's because the investment is key. It's about the vehicle. It's about the team. It's about the driver. It's about the motor. It's about the principal. There's so many things that go into it because there's 3 or 4 races going on inside of every race. Because there's only 4 or 5 teams that really have the money and the technology to win every race. But there's 30
doesn't
teams.
the one guy win every race?
No, everybody thinks that. But Max Verstappen is about to relinquish. It looks like the McLaren group is coming for him. And Lewis Hamilton's about to change seats, leaving Mercedes, headed toward Ferrari next year. I mean, there's some genuine drama in what is far more than just a driver to turn left league.
How long does it last?
A full season. They're running.
No. How long does a race last?
2 hours. It's 2 hours in and out, man. That's it. And they will adjust the laps to match the 2 hour time limit.
I respect that.
Yeah, man. It ain't no 500 miles.
It's
take
too
a nap
far.
and wake up later kind of race. No,
that NASCAR is too long. But yeah.
So no, it's back. And they'll be at the COSA, Circuit of the Americas.
Are you going to go to that?
CODA. I've been before. I don't have tickets currently.
That's big coin, isn't it?
Not as bad as the Vegas one.
Okay.
Which I heard was just chaos, although it was
Eminem's
cool
going to play there.
Oh, see, there you go. So we get his
He's
other
got-
dude before him.
He used to have bleach blonde hair like Joe Burrow. No nose ring though.
Doesn't he still?
No, he's got brown hair
brown
now.
hair?
Yeah.
We
Looks
get
better, I
Future
think.
before they get Eminem.
Oh yeah, we do have and Metro Boomin, not just Future. We
It's
get
an
Future
equal show.
and Metro Boomin, or Metro Boomin and Future. And if you want to go see Metro Boomin and Future, or Future and Metro Boomin, you can do that. If you are the fifth caller at 656-3776 right now, that shows tonight though. Don't call if you ain't going tonight. If you want to go and you say, you know what, I'm free tonight, I'm going to go to Frost Bank Center and I'm going to watch this Metro Boomin show tonight.
And you haven't won in the past month.
Oh yeah, that too. Oh, Vic's making that rule. I would have given it to you, but
yeah,
I
gave one out yesterday. He was literally on the 30-day mark. So I was like, yeah, I'll give it to you.
Oh, good for you. You're a man of the people.
Mm-hmm.
That's the We Trust You tour, Future and Metro Boomin. That's today, August 23rd at the Frost Bank Center. Get your tickets if you don't win them at livenation.com. That means tickets are still available. Still available. You could be Metro Boomin tonight. The other game is so the Florida State Georgia Tech 11 a.m. start on ESPN. They did a good job of mapping this out. They did a good job because they're gonna make me watch crappy football that I would never watch otherwise. But because there's 4 games and they're going to all be standalone games, I'm in. Which, by the way, this is how bowl season should work. There should never be 2 bowl games on at the same time. That it's dumb.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like just they're spread out over a month and a half anyway. Like just dude, make them standalone games. I'll watch them if they're standalone games.
I get the sense that the at least for the primary bowls that we care about, not the Cherubundi, whatever bowl that happens on a Tuesday,
the lawnmower bowl,
whatever it might be, Tuesday at 6 p.m., whatever those bowls are.
Aggie played in the Chicken Bowl once. I remember
played
that.
in a couple of bowls of which we probably could have made more staying home. The playoff will take care of the weird bowl game situation because we have all these new games that are going to be played autonomously, like you said, standalone, and that's 8 other games minimum that are going to take the place of those weird bowl games.
Florida State at Georgia Tech, 11 a.m.
Oh man.
Montana State at New Mexico. I'll tell you what's interesting about this game. Montana State, as it stands right this minute, is a 13.5-point favorite. If that holds, in the history of time, an FCS school has never been a road favorite over an FBS school by more than 10 points. So this would be the biggest favorite ever FCS team over an FBS team. Like Montana State's one of these, they're usually a playoff team. They're up there with the Dakotas and they're good. And New Mexico is not good. And in a full-blown rebuild mode because they've got a brand new coach, and you may have heard of him, Bronco Mendenhall.
We know of Bronco
taking over the reins at New Mexico.
Wasn't he at BYU there for a minute?
He was at BYU. He was at Virginia. That might be it.
High flying offense.
Yeah. But it's going to take him a while to get things right. I like Bronco Mendenhall, but boy, New Mexico is a tough job. It is a real tough job. That is not a supported program at all.
People don't realize New Mexico's a basketball state.
It is.
They love their hoops.
And I think a lot of that is because the Navajo Nation.
Yeah, the Res Ball. Yeah.
Boy, they hoop.
Mm-hmm.
When I moved to New Mexico, I was quickly introduced into res ball, and I probably played a million games on a dirt court, like a packed dirt court, and
respect.
The rim that we normally played on was about an 18 by 18 square of just iron, like a piece of iron, like a rusted
welded
ass
onto a pole
that was welded to a rim, and that was how we hooped, and it took some adjusting for sure, but yeah, they love hoop in that state for sure. So that is the second game. It feels like, yeah, you got D1 talent, you ought to be able to at least hang within single digits of Montana State, but I don't know. I don't know enough about FCS football to be throwing money at it. SMU at Nevada is at 7:00. So it goes 11, 3, 7. SMU, by the way, 25-point favorite over Nevada. 55.5 is the total. I kind of like the under. I don't know if Nevada can score a point against this team, to be honest. SMU is raw on defense. That is a good defensive football team. And then Delaware State at Hawaii. Delaware State, they all made it. All their players finally made it on different flights, different airlines, different airports. They all, like a ragtag bunch of nomads, all arrived in Hawaii. And now they are going and taking on Hawaii, who is a 40.5-point favorite now. 40.5 points. Total is 56.5. Hawaii plays a real team next week. I think they play UCLA.
Yeah.
I expect them to get in, take care of business, and get out, like make the game out of reach, and then not show anything for the rest of the game. You know, Timmy Chang is the head coach there. He's a very creative offense type.
He was their quarterback.
He was a record-setting quarterback. And I expect in the second half, you're not going to see a lot of points. I might look at a first half over, second half under type situation. But Delaware State, one of the worst teams in FCS.
And, this is a paycheck game.
Oh,
I mean, they're doing it to get some new uniforms next year, but those poor dudes have had such a difficult time just getting to Hawaii, bus issues, and they're traveling on a slim budget. You feel bad for these cats. I hope they roll in there and pull remember when Michigan lost to, East Carolina way back when? And certainly East Carolina has had a football program of note even back then. Man, I'd like to see Delaware State do something fun just because you're flying a long way to get your ass handed to you for a $500,000 check.
Just to give you an idea of how bad Delaware State is, they finished last year 1-10, and their one win was against the Virginia Lynchburg Dragons, who are an independent travel team. They're not even a real life college football team. They're just like a bunch of dudes who are college age who go around and play college football games. I don't know how they didn't win a game last year, but that was Delaware State's one win. And now mind you, it was a dominant win, 48-10. They crushed them. But yeah, this is Delaware State played Army last year. Army beat them 57-0. 57-0. They played two games against FBS teams last year. That game against Army, 57-0. The other one was against Miami of Ohio. They lost 62-20. So, and in both of those games, as far as I know, they all traveled on the same plane and landed at the same time and actually practiced before their game. They didn't have that luxury, or they won't have that luxury for tomorrow's game. So the idea, like in my mind, I was like, I can't bet Hawaii minus 40, but I damn sure can't bet Delaware State plus 40 because we saw them play two 2 games last year against FBS teams, and they lost by a total of 99 points in those 2 games.
They can't defend the wishbone. We know that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
The high option veer whips.
No, they can't. They
That's
gave
what
up
I'm saying.
50,
They can't. So
that's 57
I don't
points.
know if Miami or Hawaii does that, but maybe
No.
they should work on their option game.
No, Hawaii is.
They sling it.
You know how hard it is to give up 57 points to Army, a team that doesn't throw the football? Like, imagine like the clock's running the whole game. They somehow still scored 57 points.
Yes.
Hawaii's going to be chucking it. Yeah, this is going to be ugly. But, honestly, this might be the game I don't watch because it's going to be on some sort of pay-per-view service.
What?
Yeah, it's not on TV.
So Delaware State's flying around the world for a pay-per-view game?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know where I can. You know what? Let me look that up right now. I don't know what the way to watch. It's not on a television network. I do know that. Which is another mistake, by the way, because you got 4 games. They're all standalone games.
And you do have some NFL preseason games that, are going to play into your viewership.
Not at midnight.
Not at midnight.
It's midnight.
That's when I'm watching the replay.
I mean, come on. Let's see. Here's everything you need to know about this matchup. Spectrum pay-per-view. I don't know how much it's going to cost.
If it's any more than $5.
I don't even think I'll pay $5 for that. For a game that I expect to be a 40-point win, I can't pay $5 for that at midnight and then stay up till 3 a.m. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm out. Sorry, you'll have to tell Vic, that's your assignment this weekend.
What?
Watch this football game, tell us all about it.
Nah, I'm on vacation.
No. Your vacation starts Monday.
All right.
Yeah. You're gonna have to watch this one for us.
We're gonna force you to take notes.
You have to take one for the team. Congratulations to Andre Banks. He's the winner. He's going to be watching Future and Metro Boomin tonight. What a lucky guy. Lucky devil, Andre Banks. He hadn't won in 30 days?
I don't know. Edwin took it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so
Good.
probably gave it to him.
Edwin probably let him slide anyway.
Yeah.
That'd be my guess. So congratulations to you. We are going to give away some San Antonio Missions tickets.
Awesome.
In the 9 o'clock hour. So stay tuned.
Tuesday night.
I think it is.
Cheap beer, cheap dog, cheap fun
Tuesday
night
on
baby. Us. That's a 94.1 special for
That's right. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for more football talk. We'll talk about Texas and Aggie coming up next. It is the Morning Huddle here on 94.1.
94.1. South Texas home for the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday afternoon at 3. After wrapping training camp at the Star in Frisco, the Cowboys take on the Los Angeles Chargers at Jerry World in Arlington for their final preseason game. Pregame starts at 2 p.m. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Trane heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit TraneInfo.com to find your local independent Trane dealer. TraneInfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9313. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9313. That's 800-575-9313. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
When you've got a big job to do, never compromise. Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. Get the power, comfort, and quality you need by choosing Kubota rental equipment. Excavators, skid loaders, track loaders, RTVs, or mowers. At Ewald Kubota, we have the machine you need when you need it. Rent by the day, week, or month. We know you want the dependable equipment Kubota is known for, and we can even deliver it to you. From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, for over 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Hi, this is Congressman Joaquin Castro. Here in Military City, USA, we're proud to stand by our veterans. Every year, my office is honored to help San Antonio veterans and military families with delayed benefits, claims, and service questions. Just know that if you need a hand, we're here for you. Call 210-348-8216 or visit castro.house.gov/help to learn more. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
What if you could build a six-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a six-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Brett Kitchen, best-selling author, executive producer, and star in a brand new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception. In this film, we traveled over 20,000 miles interviewing real Americans who've retired successfully with a great lifestyle and peace of mind. They share their stories on how they get more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and the money's never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even the super wealthy are shifting money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money saved, call to talk to a specialist and get a free copy of this brand new movie at 800-486-9595. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you can get it completely free. I'll even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call right now, 1-800-486-9595. That's 1-800-486-9595. Again, that's 1-800-486-9595.
Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas, open to the public 7 days a week with a country club feel. It's football season, so book your tee times early at golfclubtexas.com and stick around and watch the games. Make Golf Club of Texas your football headquarters where you can watch every game. They'll even stay open until the end of every NFL game, including Thursday, Sunday, and Monday nights. Get into the Tin Cup Bar at the Golf Club of Texas, Highway 90 at Briggs Ranch Road. Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime. It's showtime here on the Morning Huddle. Now, Rob had everybody in a tissy yesterday.
I was a little wadded up myself, man. And they played on it. They knew what they were doing. They being the ADs there in Houston.
Yeah, Chris Del Conte yesterday. Here's what he had to say. This was after the press conference, basically.
Secondly, I think I had the dutiful knowledge to tell you that it is going to be a neutral site game. We're going to move the game to Dallas one year. The next year, we are going to move to. Just joking. How ridiculous is that? To see Coach, holy cow, we're not doing that. Everyone just puckered up just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
That's what Rob did the same thing
yesterday. You heard me yesterday. They knew they had us.
God.
So we all pile into our Volkswagens and station wagons and drive to Houston getting ready to get mad. And what do they tell us? Oh, no big deal.
We're going to move the game to Black Friday.
Back to Friday where it should be.
We don't want to play on Thanksgiving because
it's too much work.
Well, the NFL owns Thanksgiving anyway.
And, you want to be with your fam. I've done a lot of those Thanksgivings, and it is great. It really was a tradition to tailgate with Thanksgiving and do that stuff and wherever you might be. But Friday's better. Yeah. Friday's better.
And don't get me wrong, the NFL is eventually going to own Black Friday too.
They're going to be all over the place.
But at least I don't know. I'll be honest. Even for me, and as someone who grew up loving to watch Texas and A&M, if it's them or the NFL, like they better be a really good version of Texas and Texas A&M if you're going to make me watch them over the NFL.
You're kidding. Really?
No.
Yeah, they got to be both undefeated.
Like they'd have to both be really good for like over a Cowboys game or a no.
I would be because it will come to pass. Eventually it's going to happen. That the Friday Texas A&M game will be matched with a pro football game. You know it's coming.
Yeah, but I think the NFL will do the best job that they can to avoid scheduling at the same time.
SEC would do the same.
And Thursday does now on Thanksgiving they do 3 standalone games.
But I would bet in Texas today, if they were going head to head, that A&M and Texas would pull more viewers
than a Cowboy game.
I do. I believe that right now, especially the first couple, especially the first two, they'll pull. I think the numbers in Texas would be equal to or bigger.
If Texas is 8-3 and
I don't think it even matters.
And A&M 6-5, you think?
I think for the first 2 years, I don't think it even matters. I think this is I cannot even fathom what November is going to feel like if A&M and Texas are both moderate to good.
I think you say that as someone who clearly does not pay attention to the ratings of the NFL.
I said in Texas.
Okay.
I said I qualified that in the state of Texas. Yeah. That I do believe if it was a head-to-head matchup, that the A&M Texas game would pull even or maybe bigger numbers, especially if it was a competitive game through the fourth. But I would guarantee the first quarter they would pull more numbers because it's been a decade.
Yeah,
it'll be the first time in College Station. Next year in Austin, it'll be the same kind of hype. No matter who wins or loses, it'll be a revenge game. I think for the next 2 years that it'll draw. Now,
I think
after that,
I just think it's smart for them to do their best to avoid it.
It's going to happen though, because the NFL is just going to keep stomping and dare you to compete with us. So that's what they're going to do, and they'll find a medium. But
it's going to be about 3 years. The NBA says we're moving our games to Christmas Eve.
There should never be an NBA game played when the NFL is playing. I've always said that the NBA should be fighting with baseball. We should be heading in to the playoffs right now in the NBA. Right. Seriously, like the COVID year when we played late.
Up the playoffs
right now. This is when it should be going. They've always made a tactical error because when your ceremonial beginning to your season is 2 months after it actually began, you've scheduled wrong.
Yeah,
because Christmas Day they're telling us that's the ceremonial beginning, but we started basketball in the middle of October.
And it's funny. I mean, you'd think it'd be easier if hockey and the NBA would share arenas. Typically, a lot of them do.
Yeah.
You think it'd be easier if they didn't have
different parts of the year.
But the NHL and NBA, their schedules are in lockstep.
Yep.
Like they hit the All-Star break they start around the same time, hit the All-Star break. They go to the playoffs the same time. Their finals are staggered. One night it's an NBA finals game. The next night it's a Stanley Cup final game.
Because they have to prepare the possibility that they're using the same arena like in Boston or Chicago or for a minute there, the Lakers.
You'd think it'd be so much better for one of them to say, you know what? We're breaking out of this thing and we're going to just build our schedule the exact opposite of the NFL.
I've always felt like basketball should truly begin. Their first game should be during playoff football.
Yeah.
And we're getting busy right about March Madness. That's when we're getting things going, and we're playing playoff and championship games in August and September. That's the way they should do it.
That would require condensing their season, though, which I think would be a brilliant move anyway.
Yeah,
just don't have as many days off. Like just, go play basketball.
Yeah, or you play in. You could still have enough excitement with the NBA, even into the beginning of the NFL, but you can't go more than about 2 weeks.
No.
And I think that they would be able to expand that, but that's a discussion for another day. But as we get closer and closer to the college rivalries, I think we're going to develop some new rivalries as we're not accustomed to. Because of the conference realignment, we're going to see some games that are going to be very exciting late in the year. And it's going to make it interesting as the NFL continues to try to grow their brand on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, to see how we disperse these big rivalry games, these new rivalries that are being born with these new conferences that are going to play a big role in the playoff and all that. in November, in October and November. It's going to be fun to watch all this mayonnaise spread through a week, 7 days of football, because we're headed that way. There's not enough time in the day now to give us the kind of matchups we're going to get in the Big Ten, the SEC, and as we watch the Big 12 and ACC grow their football programs there too every week. I mean, we're going to have the Oregon-Wisconsin game that just feels nuts, and that's a regular season game, not a Rose Bowl game. That's a regular season game that'll be played in the middle of November. Why would I want to watch that game? But it's going to be up against 3 or 4. So why didn't college play on a Friday or a Thursday?
One of the things that I found out yesterday, reading some reports when this press conference was going, and I don't know if I don't know if one of the ADs said this yesterday, like if it was made public or if this is old news that I never heard before. But in 2018, Texas asked A&M to do a home and home. In 2022 and 23, Aggie said no thanks, and instead Texas scheduled Alabama for home and home those years. Did you've known that before?
Oh yeah, we knew it when it happened.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that before.
Again, we had the same discussion when that was like we broke up. We didn't like each other. There was a reason why this fell apart, and you want to get it back together now? No.
You know what?
And then it was forced on us by the conference. This is an ex-girlfriend, a stripper with a weed problem and a daddy issue coming back into our lives. Like, hey, I'm better now. No, you're not. You're the same person you were 15 years ago.
And maybe the biggest poke in the eye to Aggie fan is instead of playing Texas that year, like when Texas said, okay, we're going to schedule Alabama instead, A&M instead scheduled Appalachian State. And
is that what happened? That's where the App State
That's
came
where
in?
that game came in. And then they lost to App State, which eventually led to the firing of Jimbo Fisher, or at least played a big role, I'm sure.
Catapulted App State into national prominence. They won several games after that, after they started believing.
Yeah. So, just say it was a story that I hadn't heard before. So that was interesting for me to see yesterday.
There was no desire to rekindle this.
Oh, I know. Like, for those who are unaware, when the vote came up to bring Texas and Oklahoma into the SEC, the vote was 11-1, the first vote.
And you know what? And you know what? And we told them, okay, guys, let me tell you why we're voting no. And we gave this long list. And I guarantee you at the league meetings in Destin, Florida next year, the rest of the SEC is going to come to us and say, man, we're sorry. We didn't know. We were like, dude, we told you. We told you this was coming. We warned you, and you let them in the door.
You know what they're going to say? They're not going to say that.
They're going to go, oh, my God.
I can't hear you. There's too much bleeping money in my hand. That's what they're going to say.
Sometimes if it looks good, it ain't good for you. And the rest of the SEC is going to find out.
Rob,
we've been warning you. We warned you for years. Here it is.
This is so good.
Yes,
this is so good.
It's so spectacular. This season is going to be unlike any football season any of us have ever gone through. I mean, from the new conferences to the return of the rivalry to all the other things that are playing into it, this is going to be a season like literally we've never even dreamed of.
I'm thrilled about this.
There's no reason for anything but other absolute excitement, because I can tell you, in the middle of January, there's going to be two teams playing for headed toward a title that right now we don't have any idea about.
You think so?
I firmly, of the 12 teams, there's going to be one upset in the playoff. That one absolute, oh my gosh, I can't believe it happened. Then there's going to be the steamroll, and at some point they're going to meet, and we're going to get, and that won't even be a championship game. We're going to get the best football collegiately we have ever gotten, ever.
Well, I'm still not sure how I feel about the 12-team playoff, but
you'll love it by the time we get there.
Just because I know there's going to be some team that's 9-3, and to me, if you go 9-3, you shouldn't have a chance to play for the championship.
Care by the time they're playing, you're not going to care, because the teams that need to be playing for a title will be. Now we'll take some that won't need to be, but we have to cast a big net. But finally, every team that is worthy to a title will be in a position to go get it. Every one of them. And if you're 13th, you weren't in the running, man. You weren't. But at 12, you're probably not in the running either, but you get a shot.
You're going to get your chance.
And we are never going to have, what about me again? Ever. There won't be the Florida State.
Dude, you say that, but every year in college basketball, when college basketball said we're going from 64 to 68 because there were too many snubs. And guess what? Now, guess what number 69 does?
But hey, they can. Hey, what about us? But they're not crying about title. They're just crying about another game. Like Florida State was fully in. They are undefeated. They were talking title, not just making it into whatever postseason. Now in college football, every team that pretends to be a title contender will be there. It will be proof in the pudding. And if you were 13th, you were pretending. We all know you were. Now you can argue about we should have been better than 12 and should have gotten a little bit of playoff money, but we know you are not contending for a title from now on. Now there only might be 5 of the 12 that really are contenders, but we will always have them. There will never be the left outs, the fake t-shirts, the UCFs, the BYUs, the Cincinnatis, none of that ever again.
Here's the thing that bothers me that I know is going to bother me when it happens eventually. Like one day, we're going to see an SEC championship game between Georgia and Alabama, and Georgia's going to win 13-10 in overtime or something like that. It's going to be a classic game, and Georgia's going to be 13-0. They're going to be the 1 seed, and Alabama's going to be 12-1, and they're going to be the 5 seed and have to play an early, like they're going to have to play an opening round game, while 8-4 Utah sits at home and says, I can't wait to see what's next.
It happens in the NFL every year. Every year this happens in the NFL.
But in the NFL, there's more parity than there is in like college. We know what college football is now. It's there's the power 2, and then there's the who.
Yeah, but that's going to provide us 10 teams that will of all caliber for titles. We've existed in the NFL with good teams losing early or going on the road because they were in a really good division. We've seen a lot of wild card teams that probably would have won their conference on the other side. So we've accepted that. That's just part of the gamesmanship of the NFL. And I do think parity will now be a much more of play a bigger role in college football than it ever has, just because we have coalesced down to about 40 teams.
All right, let's take a look at the Cowboys and the Chargers. We'll do that on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, it is day 2 of our Las Vegas adventure here at Circa Las Vegas.
Yeah, we'll have the latest here from Circa, at least what we can tell you about. And we'll get you ready for the Cowboys preseason finale as they have broken camp in Oxnard and headed back to the Metroplex. John Machota from The Athletic will join us at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuities in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits from financially strong insurers.
Call 800-715-9880.
That's right, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling today.
Call 800-715-9880. That's 800-715-9880.
Sponsored by Annuity General. Producers have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer. Increased income is possible using strategies suited to your goals and may require buying multiple annuities and holding them full term.
We're here to tell you about Listing Spark, a new way to sell your San Antonio area home.
Listing Spark uses superior technology and customer service to sell your home faster at a fraction of the cost of an old-school real estate brokerage. For a low flat fee, the Listing Spark team finds your perfect list price, takes high-quality photos, delivers a yard sign and a showing lockbox, lists your property on the local MLS, markets it to all major real estate websites, handles buyer inquiries, and coordinates showings. You can view buyer offers through Listing Spark's portal, then accept, reject, or counteroffer with just a few clicks. You only pay a small $395 fee to get started, then only $2,600 only if your property sells, and you can cancel anytime. Save tens of thousands of dollars in commissions. Isn't this the way selling a house should be? Get started today by calling 800-MLS-LIST or go to listingspark.com. That's listingspark.com. Listing Spark. Sell your home the smart way.
Hey, it's Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. I'm one of 5 million active members. I play every day because you know why? It's the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports because I get to use my knowledge and apply it to win some serious money. And as a player, they invented FlexPay, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if your pick don't hit. You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Pick with just as simple 4 correct picks. It is that easy to play. You can have fun. It's simple. It's a great playing experience, and you can use your knowledge. How well is Tyreek Hill going to do this week? How is Dak Prescott going to play? If you know, you go play. It's Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code Alamo and get $50 instantly when you play. That's code Alamo on Prize Picks. You get $50 instantly when you play just 5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Lowe's knows saving pros time and money means getting the job done easier. Right now, get up to 50% off select composite decking and railing. Plus, get an extra 5% off every day on eligible purchases when you use your Lowe's business credit card. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. 5% offer subject to credit approval. Exclusions and terms apply. See store Lowe's.com/credit for details.
You've got to watch your NFL team every Sunday, and Verizon's got you covered for all your team's out-of-market games every Sunday afternoon. Come on! From kickoff to sign-off, from first downs and touchdowns
right.
to turnovers, no, and overturned plays.
After review, the pass was incomplete.
Nice! Let's go! This season, win every Sunday with Verizon. Get a great deal on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV and a new phone. Excludes digital-only games. Terms and embargoes apply.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
Billy Wagner's kid played for Toronto.
He came in the Kikuchi trade.
The Kikuchi trade.
Kikuchi's pitching tonight.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what she said. Kikuchi. Joe is not mature enough for this conversation. I'm not. You're exactly right.
Ride home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning and happy Friday, everybody. We do have an accident on the northwest side at 410 eastbound at Fredericksburg Road. It is causing almost a 30-minute delay, about 25 minutes or so. This crash is in the right lane. Start moving over to your left side. Those delays start at Ingram. On 35 northbound, the on-ramp from 37 to 81 downtown got the accident, so the on-ramp partially blocked. Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This is Jim Rome. Join me weekdays at noon, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Is this Metro Boomin?
No.
No?
Should be.
It's called Track 12.
Yeah. Oh, I think that is by Metro Boomin. I think that is Yes. Yes. Here we go. Ooh, yeah. It's the morning huddle. Yeah, Rob. Gonna put you in a puddle.
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
That's a Metro Boomin song. I've heard
that. What that was?
Yeah.
I don't know how to react.
Oh, the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'll try and come up with a better rhyme next time.
Spit some better rhymes,
Yeah.
please.
Future
Wu-Tang would have been upset.
Future would have kicked me out of the shelter on 8 Mile.
You were essentially the ray gun.
If I were B Rabbit, I would have been. I would have been like, oh, it would have been the time where he got booed off stage. It was like, yeah.
Well, you went Aussie breakdancing on the rap version there.
Yeah. And then they booed him, and he just dropped the mic and walked off. That's what I should have done. But then Rob would have had to start the segment without me.
Oh yeah.
And he would have won the battle. And because he didn't, you notice, Vic, after I gave my verse, Rob just stayed quiet. So technically I won that battle.
Yeah, he didn't have a comeback.
Yeah. Sorry, Rob. 1-0.
I'm sorry. I was
1-0.
My attention was taken by a headline I'm reading here.
Oh, what was the headline?
Pirates Paul Skeens reasserts himself into the NL Rookie of the Year race.
Bro, why would you even say that to me? What a
see?
You're mad because I'm winning 1-0?
See, I had to bring it back. You took an early 1-0 lead. I had to send one toward you.
Well,
after hitting a bump in the road recently, Paul Skeens looked more like the National League's top Rookie of the Year candidate Thursday in a 7-0 victory over the Cincinnati Reds.
He was dominant yesterday. It pissed me off.
87 pitches, 6 scoreless innings, 9 strikeouts, only 2 hits and a walk. His ERA is now 2.16, the lowest in Major League Baseball if he
qualified. He doesn't qualify though. Jackson Merrill would qualify. I got a headline for you. U.S. hospital told family their daughter had checked out when in fact she died.
Oh, man. Well, in the broadest sense, were they wrong?
Well, when I said she checked out, I meant like that's what I was trying to tell you. I just didn't get it.
Oh man.
Yeah, the Jesse Peterson died at 31. Her family spent a year searching for her after they were told she checked herself out of a California hospital against medical advice before learning that she'd been dead the entire time. She died in the care of Mercy San Juan Medical Center in Sacramento. The hospital shipped her body to a storage facility and did not inform her mother and sisters. The family only learned her fate the following April after months of trying to find her.
So they thought she'd just checked herself out and gone home.
Yes. Obviously, there's a lawsuit here. The family described the hospital's conduct as malicious and outrageous and accused the facility of negligence, the negligent handling of a corpse, and negligent infliction of emotional distress.
I think those are both appropriate.
I think they got a case.
Mm-hmm. It's not going to go to trial, I can tell you that.
No, I don't think so. She was stored in an off-site warehouse morgue and was left to decompose for nearly a year while her family relentlessly inquired about her whereabouts. Yikes.
Checked out.
She checked out.
What if they had...
oh, boy. Well,
are you next to kin?
You know what? I guess we can go ahead and jump into that story. I have one for I got a couple non-sport stories we'll get into later. They're mostly about really, really poor parenting. But this one is right here in San Antonio. And it's quite possible I looked at these apartments when I was doing my apartment search.
Uh-huh.
There's an apartment complex called the Lodge at Chavano Park. A 91-year-old woman was living there. She might have even been my roommate if things had worked out well. But she died, unfortunately. She passed away, and the woman's children received a bill for over $15,000 and a collection notice, basically saying, hey, she broke her lease when she died.
Oh, no.
She died in late June. was buried at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery next to her husband. Oh, her husband was dead, so she was single. Ooh, we could have had something. For more than 10 years, she lived at the lodge at Chavano Park. At the time of her death, she had almost a year left on her 2-year lease. They went to the apartment complex, spoke to the leasing manager, and he said they would use the security deposit towards the cleaning and turning over the apartment, and they would terminate the lease. But later, they got the bill, accelerated rent, and an $1,100 lease break fee. And it even says the reason for her move out was deceased.
So
they want the rest of the year rent from a dead person.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. I've never heard of something like this.
Nope.
I'm actually on their website.
You looking to get her room?
I'm going to ask them if I die.
Do I still have to pay
Yeah,
rent?
if I die.
But who's liable if she's dead?
Well, Bill Clinton, not former President Bill Clinton, is an attorney who specializes in consumer and debt collection law. He says a section of the Texas Property Code states a representative of the tenant's estate may avoid liability for future rent if they take 2 steps: remove all property from the apartment, provide a written notice of termination. The landlord can only charge up to 30 days rent after the notice is received. You can't get blood from a turnip, and you can't get rent from a dead person. That's what Bill Clinton says.
Bill Clinton spoke the truth.
Bonilla's son says they did send the termination notice, still received a collection letter threatening to report the debt to a credit bureau. Oh, you know what's happened to me?
Ruin a dead person's credit. That dead person, whoever steals her identity, will never get any decent credit if you besmirch her good name.
What happened to me was I've been getting medical bills from my dad.
Mm-hmm.
My dad died 3 months ago or something like that, and I've still been getting bills from his hospital stay.
Mm-hmm.
And my lawyer said, don't pay any of those until after the estate is settled.
Right.
Once the estate's settled, go out of your whatever your dad had left over, pay those. And I said, okay, well, it's still taking time to get my dad's estate settled.
It's going to be you got a long more.
And so I haven't paid any of them. And then one of the hospitals sent me a bill the other day and said, there's been a change to your bill. And I was like, oh, great. They're charging me some kind of late fee or something now. And it said my new balance was $0. They finally just decided, well, he's dead. I guess he's not going to give us any money now.
Well, just write it off.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, like one of the I think the bill that got knocked down to $0 was like $280.
There's still bills coming.
I'm sure,
yeah.
But it's like
it wasn't the $100,000 bill.
No. But also, I don't know that I'm going to pay if there's $100,000 hospital bill. I'm not paying that. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
I'll just say I didn't even know my dad.
Yeah, when my mom
I never
passed,
met
same
him.
thing.
What is it? You can't get blood from a turnip.
Yeah.
And you can't get rent from a dead person.
And I think truer words were never spoken.
By Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Now the other one was
I did not have relations with that 91-year-old woman in the Chavano Park apartments.
I'm waiting on a response.
But if I did, I wouldn't have charged her the rent.
And you wonder, I mean, how did they even find the son? Why is his?
I don't know.
Probably going around.
Probably had to go pick up her stuff.
Send it back. Like, I don't know.
But you do got
$15,000. No, I don't know who this is.
You do got to get the stuff out of her apartment. But I don't know how they got his address.
Probably next of kin on the application, maybe.
Man,
maybe. I don't know.
Snitching ass granny.
That was some apartment manager who hadn't talked to her suit, doing her best to collect on some money.
Yeah.
And embarrass the entire company.
Yeah. Well, R.I.P. To Mrs. Bonilla. She will be missed, but luckily her rent is paid.
One way or another.
Also, when you're 91, maybe pay. I would, if I were an apartment manager, I'd be like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to pay all of it up front."
I think you probably need to be month to month.
Yeah, you're
91.
You're a risk.
I'll tell you what, we're gonna go month to month on this.
2-year lease. Are you sure about
not real comfortable on that.
Because here at the lodge at Chavano Park, if you die, your son's going to have to pay the rest of your rent. And if I'm 91, I go, well, that sounds like his problem.
Sounds like a problem to deal with long after I'm gone. Oh, by the way, here's his address.
Yep. You need his. Will you be needing his social security number?
Have that too.
I've got that right here in my purse somewhere, in my pocketbook.
Right next to the chewing gum and the Werther's butterscotch.
Okay, now we'll talk Cowboys and Chargers on the other side. Rob distracted me after I beat him, after I roasted him in a rap battle.
It's 1-1.
So Cowboys Chargers talk coming up. QB battles and Rookie of the Year bets. Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Zone.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson, KTFM Floresville.
Looking for a great rate on an auto loan?
Look to Generations Federal Credit Union for a competitive fixed-rate auto loan. Online auto loan applications are fast and simple. Generations offers quick decisions with local approvals. Plus, Generations offers no payments for up to 90 days.
Come to Generations Federal Credit Union and drive away happy.
Rates and terms subject to approval and may change without notice. Interest will continue to accrue through the deferred payment period. Full terms and conditions at mygenfcu.org/auto. Federally insured by NCUA.
Are you the cup is half empty or the cup is half full kind of person? Or are you my cup overflows kind of person? Ben Stein writes, I cannot tell you anything that in a few minutes will tell you how to be rich, but I can tell you how to feel rich, which is far better, let me tell you firsthand, than being rich. Be grateful. It's the only totally reliable get-rich-quick scheme. End of quote. There is more to gratitude than training ourselves to pay attention to what is going right in our lives. Gratitude is the sense of gladness you have that a gift has been given and it must be acknowledged. And that's the challenge, not just to see it, but to acknowledge it. And in so doing, gratitude changes you. One researcher reveals that gratitude expressing people experience higher positive emotions like optimism and enthusiasm while being protected from destructive impulses like resentment and bitterness. So here's the challenge. If you feel grateful, express it. This is Mark Absher with the MacArthur Park Church of Christ. Visit our church online at macarthurchurch.org. The MacArthur Park Church of Christ, connecting God and people.
Before you fire up that grill, make sure you get into Tri-County Meat Market. Hi, Jason Minix here. Tri-County Meat Market has everything you need. If you're thinking steaks, you want some chicken, some poppers, beef ribs, pork ribs, brisket, picanha, tri-tip. They've got it all at Tri-County Meat Market. Take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25, and Tri-County always offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. Tri-County Meat Market, 2 locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Heavener, or online at tricountymeat.com.
This is the famous footwear that makes us actually want to go back to school with the newest styles from all your favorite brands like Nike, Adidas, Crocs, Converse, New Balance, Birkenstock, and more. You'll find everything kids want, all at prices parents can appreciate, because you don't have to overspend to make it famous. Famous Footwear even has fit experts in store to make sure you get the right size every time. So for the perfect fit, make it famous. Plus, right now, buy one, get one half off when you shop your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions apply.
After you use Bounce Dryer sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry,
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you are a family member and needs an experienced attorney, an attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyer4us.com.
My wife and I always loved doing everything together. Jiu-jitsu, kayaking, and intimacy was always on point. It was around my early 30s when I noticed a downward trend. Watching a lot of TV, putting on weight, and just full of self-doubt. I had tried another men's clinic with disappointing results. It's the personalized treatment I receive at Revive Men's Health that has been the complete game changer for me. I've got my energy and motivation back. I'm feeling stronger than I did in my 20s, and it made me a much better husband to my wife.
I'm Nicole Chrysler, healthcare provider at Revive Men's Health. If you are always feeling tired or moody, have a difficult time sleeping, or decreased libido, you may be suffering from low testosterone.
Book your free T-check and exam. Call Revive Men's Health San Antonio at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We've got a new trouble spot on 1604 eastbound Stone Oak Parkway. It's a stall right lane. About a 5-minute delay has you slow from Bitters. Now, we're still working this wreck on the northwest side on Route 410 eastbound at Fredericksburg Road. This wreck has been moved now off a main lane, off to the shoulder. Still about a 30-minute delay from Military Drive. 35 northbound, the on-ramp from northbound 37-281 downtown. The left side of the entrance ramp blocked with an accident. Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
94.1 FM. San Antonio Sports Center.
Bernie Little League are in the U.S. Little League World Series final. They'll take on the Southeast team from Florida, who beat the Mountain Squad 6-3 yesterday. First pitch tomorrow at 2:30. In the NFL, preseason wraps up for the Texans as they close out against the Los Angeles Rams in Houston, and the Dallas Cowboys close things out against the Los Angeles Chargers at Jerry World, a game you can catch live right here. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Lost my headphones. You'd think it'd be easy to find since they're connected to this cord, but
directly in front of you. Yeah.
I struggled a little with that. The Morning Huddle here on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. I'm excited for the last preseason game, not because I like practice football, because I don't, but I'm excited because after this, there's only real football to be played.
Yeah, this is it. And, used to at least this game, you got a little bit of the starter. That's gone. That's gone too.
Yeah, I don't expect to see much of any of the starters. Last game of the season, of the preseason for the Cowboys, it'll be at AT&T, and might feature Dak as a play caller.
I guarantee he'll be doing that.
Okay. And he did it in last season's preseason finale. Trey Lance, presumably, this is the thing. Who's your backup quarterback? To me, there's no question who the backup quarterback is, because if there was a real competition, Cooper Rush wouldn't be playing one drive per game.
Right.
And so far, Cooper Rush has played one drive in each game, and then Trey Lance has played the rest of the game. And you know what? Last game, he played pretty well. He's actually second in yardage in the preseason behind Stetson Bennett.
Oh, that DJ guy?
Hey, your mic's on.
Oh, go.
Hey,
go. Okay.
Vic.
The taco guy's in the back. Yeah, sorry. The taco guy's in the back, apparently.
Yeah.
We got tacos.
No, remember that guy that went in the back for you, Rob? I can't remember his name. He just told me.
Oh, DH.
Yeah, I think so.
He's dropping off tacos?
Apparently.
DH is rock star, man.
Yeah, he caught me off guard here.
Jeez.
Dennis, appreciate you, man.
Gotta
Go,
turn
go
the
home
mic
take
off,
care of
though.
that big dog.
Turn the mic off.
He didn't know.
All right. Yeah, there's no lock on that door. Vic can't keep out the riffraff. So I think we're going to see another ton of Trey Lance.
All I want to see is that offensive line play an entire quarter. Get that the starters. Let's go even bigger. The interior line on both sides. The linebacking core is already banged up. I don't need to see anybody who might be playing because we're already down a couple. The defensive backs, I know what I got. I'm not worried about that. Dak, I don't care. Running backs, I know what I got. They're all the same guy. Maybe some Deuce Vaughn to see if he can make it. Play that offensive line 2 quarters, a full quarter. I need more cohesion on both sides. Other than that, yeah, let's go have some fun. Let's get a whole bunch of snaps under Trey Lance's belt, and let's go into game 1 as healthy as possible.
I want to know who is going to fill the Sam Williams hole, because apparently I think we all assumed it was going to be Marshawn Nealon, but Al-Qadim Muhammad is apparently done a good job of putting himself in that fight, and Marshawn Nealon has not emerged as a guy who just wants to take the job. So I'm interested to see that. I'd like to see both of those guys.
That's and who's going to play for Overshown if he's not playing? Is that
I
or
would
is it the other linebacker? I don't know how the setup that Zimmer's going to be doing. But,
that's true. I don't either exactly.
Those linebackers, I think, are going to be an interesting early season plot line.
I want to see. I mean, I think I still want to see how they round out the wide receivers and the running backs. Like you mentioned, Deuce. I think there's a couple of these. Like, is Jalen Cropper going to be on the roster or not?
How many Jalen's we got?
8.
8
Jalen's. Yep. Because the real questions about the Cowboys are not going to be answered by a preseason game. Like the CD question, the Dak question, those aren't going to be answered anytime
and even
soon.
if CD was in camp, it wouldn't have been answered. I mean, CD ain't gonna play until first snap of the season. We're not. That's a foregone conclusion, whether he had showed up this week or not.
I will say, I expect Tyler Guyton not to play.
See, I want him to play.
He left practice on Wednesday.
Yeah,
sore knee. They say it's not a big deal, but I think he's important enough that you just say, go ahead and sit this one out.
Oh, it's not just, you're right. Big 60 is going to be around for a long time, but I just know how important it is to McCarthy for that offensive line to get the cohesion that he chases. And we heard from him yesterday talking about the second year in this new blocking system that they kind of implemented last year that was as much on quarterback and receiver timing as it was pass blocking and scheme. That that getting to the rookies is, they're further along with the guys that were here last year, but those rookies are having to get caught into it. Other than that, what the preseason or practice football's turned into is, who's going to make the team. And I think they're down to maybe 2 guys as far as the decision as to who's going to make it. It looks like a lot. They're going to have to decide about a tight end. It looks like they're going to carry 3. And after that, it's going to be a defensive player that I don't know if it's going to be another defensive lineman or another linebacker, but I think they're pretty much in on just about every position group. There's not a lot of positions up for play right now.
I will say this. I was reading that the Chargers are they're doing all right at running back. They got the old running backs from the Ravens, Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. They feel good about where they're at with running backs. This is a Greg Roman offense now. He's got his kind of guys in there. He feels good about it. The guy who may end up losing time or not being able to get on the field is Isaiah Spiller, who is
I know that guy.
He's still a pretty good player. And apparently they're willing to shop him around, and not a guy that they'd be having to give up much for, But apparently the Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers are two teams that have kicked the tires on him. So if I'm the Chargers, maybe I give Isaiah Spiller a little time and see what he can do and maybe showcase his wares to the Dallas Cowboys. I know that'd make you happy, Rob.
Well, in his time at A&M, he was a respected running back.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's been like as a pro. Quite frankly, I haven't followed him, but I know the kind of back that he is. And he's a harder running back than, as far as breaking tackles, than Deuce Vaughn, but he's the elusive type. He wouldn't, if he was to be brought in, it wouldn't be to be replacing Zeke or Malik. It would be to take over what Deuce would have been.
Yeah.
That's just my thought there. I think the Cowboys are set at running back. I don't think they're going to make it. Why? They're not going to give up any draft picks.
No, it would be like a conditional pick.
Yeah.
But I think Isaiah Spiller would show up and be the second best running back on this team.
I think he would. I'm coming into the season fully aware that their owner has done everything they can to hamstring this. And why would he suddenly do something to improve their lot when everything he has done has been to the contrary? I'm not going to pay the wide receiver. I'm going to leave my quarterback hanging out, trying to figure out what his future is, and my head coach too. Why would he do anything now, Jerry, as the owner or general manager, as his plan seems to be working perfectly? Why would you do anything now to improve your lot, especially giving away any draft picks? I don't care if it's a 6th round pick.
One guy that I want to see play is Mozzie, especially because he didn't play last game. To me, I think you have to figure out if this guy is a starter or not. And it will be a tough pill to swallow for the Cowboys if he's not. But they've brought in enough guys that if he goes out there and he looks overmatched, it might not work. And let's face it, this Zimmer front, they require bigger guys.
Yeah, and he's, they told us his job will not be to make the splash plays, but to be the fire hydrant, the tree stump that you just can't move. And, maybe that'll be enough, but I'll tell you, I have zero hope for the long-term future of Mozzie Smith with the Dallas Cowboys.
Maris Lufau, is that Lufau?
Lafau?
Lafau.
I don't know.
I always get the A's and U's.
Too many vowels.
U-A-I-A-U. Apparently he's done a really good job in this camp and has been seeing a lot of reps with the first team defense.
He can bring the wood. Is he just big enough? That's going to be the issue.
So that's nice to hear. I mentioned Tyler Guyton leaving early. Like, we'll see how his depth plays out. And then the BB Hoffman, I guess that seems to be one of the jobs that's up for grabs, right?
BB's made a late charge, especially his game against the Raiders really kind of put him back into the conversation. I think the Cowboys, of all the position group battles over the coming into training camp, they are happiest with what's turned out with center, because whoever gets the start, the other guy is going to be a perfect swing guard center. They got a backup center in the building already, which was already going to be a concern. They've addressed that. I wouldn't be surprised if BB got the gig, but it looks like it was that Hoffman got it. I can't imagine that Hoffman will even be playing to do something that would lose the job. BB might do something spectacular, but I think Hoffman will be the starting center at least during September.
And then I think the question of who the last couple guys that make the wide receiver room, and Ryan Flournoy seems like a guy who Trey Lance is really attached to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good, which is lucky for him because Trey Lance has seen a lot of reps. So if Trey Lance likes you, you're going to have your opportunities to look good. And to his credit, he's done a good job of taking advantage of them. Even though he was hurt, he was hurt when we were out there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
A knee injury, but he's done a good job getting things going again. And if he has another good game, he might secure his spot on the final roster.
You wonder, watching last night, and we're now 2 weeks into the new kickoff, 3 weeks in. Most teams have 2 games. Saw 2 near pick six returns. I mean, kickoff
returns. Yeah,
2 in both games.
Yep.
And you wonder how much that position is going to play in for the Cowboys, because it does feel like Deuce Vaughn is born to do this. It does feel like, but he's not the guy that's going to be returning those kicks. But I feel like if you Bones Fossil, if he's not the best special teams coach in football, he's one of the top 5. He really is that good. There's a reason why our kickers are always solid, and we are consistently productive in the kicking, both kicking and receiving games. I'm very interested to see the plan for kick return, because it feels to me like there's a lot of potential for at least 1 or 2 kickoff returns for every team. You only got to break 2 blocks. Yesterday, after 3 games, you can tell these teams are figuring it out, that we can actually do something with this.
Then why has no one figured out that the best move is to just kick it out of the back of the end zone and let them have the ball at the 30?
Well, is it 30 or 45?
30.
Is it 30? I don't know, but I wonder how much this new thing that I can't quite figure out how these special teams are going to be run will play into the last guy on the roster. Will it be a receiver that has a little bit of potential that you might not be able to catch it, but can certainly run it? Will that be the guy that makes it because they do see potential in this, or is it just we're going to, run 4 tight ends and have a fullback and just do the typical Dallas Cowboy, 53-man roster?
If what I expect, and I think within the next couple of years, if the kickoff returns happen the way the NFL wants, like the NFL wanted more, which is funny because at one point the NFL wanted to get rid of kickoffs altogether. Now they want the kickoff to be an exciting play. So if there are as many returns as I think there could be, and it looks like there will be, teams are going to start investing. If you don't have a kicker who can boom it, they're going to have one kicker whose only job is to make sure that they never touch that ball, because I would much rather count on my defense to block for an extra, 7 yards, or to hold you down for another extra 5 or 7 yards, and count on my special teams to stop some gadgety play.
I will say, watching it, it's still it doesn't work.
Nothing
visibly.
works.
Well, it's the kick and everybody's standing. This doesn't feel right in a football game where the ball is actually in play, but we can't do anything. And I think visually, it just doesn't feel right. I think I would like to see maybe some pre-snap, pre-kick activity where nobody can go downfield, but you can move laterally. And maybe even some kick movement. After the ball goes up, everybody can line up wherever they're going to go block or receive. You can't go toward each other, but you can go laterally. That stand and everybody kind of wait just doesn't feel right to me.
All right. On the other side, we're going to take a look at the last couple of quarterback battles in the NFL and see who's got the upper hand. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, it is day 2 of our Las Vegas adventure here at Circa Las Vegas.
Yeah, we'll have the latest here from Circa, at least what we can tell you about. And we get you ready for the Cowboys preseason finale as they have broken camp in Oxnard and headed back to the Metroplex. John Machota from The Athletic will join us at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Has a loved one died and left you an old car to sell? GiveMeTheVin.com has just launched the new service, GMTVCC.com. Write this down, GMTVCC.com, which is Give Me the VIN classic and collector car buying service. GMTVCC.com will hook you up with GMTVCC Pro buyers that will appraise and offer on that 69 Chevelle, old Corvette, old truck, and especially Restomods. We love Restomods at GMTVCC.com. Don't mess with consignments or auctions. Get paid today on your classic or collector car at GMTVCC.com.
How about them Cowboys? Jim Beam bringing fans together across Cowboys country. We rise as one in Texas in handed down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam highballs on game day in Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle.
Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle. This back-to-school season, Tide and Downy are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win. No purchase necessary. US/DC 17+. End September 30th. Rules. Tide.com/scholarships/official rules.
Lowe's knows Labor Day calls for big savings. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save up to $750 when you buy 2 or more select major appliances priced $396 or more. And My Lowe's Rewards members get 3 bags of premium 2 cubic foot color mulch for just $10. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 9/4 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Attention Roadrunner fans, get ready for an electrifying season of UTSA football. Season tickets are on sale now, starting at just $90. That's right, for only $90 you can catch all the action, all the touchdowns, and all the excitement at the Alamo Dome. Bring your family, bring your friends, and join the fun as we cheer on our UTSA Roadrunners to victory. Don't miss out on the best deal in town. Get your season tickets today and be a part of the Roadrunner family. Visit GoUTSA.com to secure your seats now. UTSA football, it's more than a game, it's an experience. Go Runners!
It's football season, and you know the best place to watch games is at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road, with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. College, pro, the games are on at the Roo. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
We all expect our home to protect everything we love. But here in Texas, we don't expect the ways water is breaking down our foundations and damaging our homes. Cracks in walls and uneven floors are just a few signs your foundation is shifting. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Foundation Support Specialists. Make sure your investment is protected. Get your free inspection at FoundationSupportSpecialists.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Yeah. Morning Huddle 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star, in your face. In your face on a Friday, an in your face Friday. Can we call it that?
I don't think that's trademarked. I think you can grab it.
Yeah. What about an FU Friday?
I think that's trademarked.
Damn. Happy to be here. Happy to be here on a Friday I'll be happy to be here for about another hour and a half. Then I'm out of here. I'm going to the casino. I'm going to gamble.
To help the economy of Louisiana.
No,
fund their education.
I'm gonna break them.
Oh,
I'm gonna send them home crying like bitches, Rob.
So you're gonna.
That big bad man came from Texas and took our money.
What do you play when you go there?
That damn old Texan that came over there. No, trying to get my damn old money, man.
You just play poker when you're there?
I play blackjack. I like the They've got double deck. They've got good odds. They pay 3-2. I don't like to say that. I don't like to say that I count, but
You count?
I got taught a lot when I was in Vegas.
All right.
To the point, man, there was a local casino by my place that had double deck pitch. I love pitch blackjack where you can like touch the
Fold it up,
cards. Oh, I love that. Love being able to. I don't like when you want to
like to peek.
Yeah, I like but they paid 3-2, and man, you could eat. They dealt deep into the deck. You could eat this game up. They about a year after I lived there, that casino got rid of their table games and they were only slots. I said, damn it. I never went there again. Dead to me. Because you can lose money. You can, the casinos can lose money on stuff like, if you've got good rules, it becomes a beatable game. Casinos don't like beatable games. They like the games where you just lose and that's the end of it.
That's why I just play Pai Gow.
I'm coming for you.
I play Pai Gow and Baccarat and some kind of Caribbean poker that I still don't understand the rules. I just keep throwing money at it. Like, did I win? Nope.
Pai
Here's some more
Gow.
money. Here's some more money. Did I win? Nope.
Pai Gow, the best thing about Pai Gow is you can sit down with $100 and you can probably play for 10 hours. And when you get up, you'll probably have $100
and still not know what the hell just happened.
And you will get all the free drinks. They're going to keep bringing you drinks. Okay. So, if that's what you're there for, if your goal is to gamble for as long as it takes to get drunk, well, Pai Gow's your game.
Well, my experience of Pai Gow is, every other table's full. Either I'm going to play slots, wait in line for somebody to leave, or go play this weird game over here. I always end up playing the weird game over here, and they're throwing dominoes and cards, and there's all kinds of stuff going on, and they just take my money.
They take it, huh?
And the Caribbean,
I think they're playing you.
Is it Caribbean blackjack or
Caribbean stud? Yeah.
Whatever that weird game is.
Yeah, I don't mess with that kind of stuff. I'm just going in. I'm getting my blackjack money, and I'm getting out. I'm going to buy a boat, Rob. You can come and hang out on my boat. Vic, you can come hang out on my boat too.
Oh, nice. Thanks.
I'm going to put you to work, though.
Oh, come on.
What a great story that Vic failed to tell us the other day.
What?
Your lawn mowing story?
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
I couldn't believe it.
So Vic is Vic's out getting some lawn work done, taking care of the casa.
Being a homeowner that he is.
Yeah. Yeah, it was about 6:30, 7. I had my I was already wrapping up. I was out there blowing. I had my big hat on.
In your defense, you are also wearing the backpack air blower.
Yes.
Which is a professional piece of equipment.
Yeah. And I had my long sleeve shirt, the sun shirt, whatever. And I had my gloves on.
A big hat on?
Yeah.
Big straw hat.
Did you have sunglasses?
Yeah, I had sunglasses.
Did they have the long cord that okay.
Yeah, they had the long cord because
in case somehow they fall off, they'll just fall down to your. Okay.
So I live at a corner house, and some guy drives by and asks me, how much do I charge? And I'm all like, for what? And he goes, for yards. And I go, this is my house. And he says, oh, I'm sorry. He said, I'm sorry. And then I was like, I just kept going.
Well, you should have put out $100.
Yeah,
that
I could have threw out a number.
So racist. Racist.
I mean, I did have the blower. I had my 2 extra weed eaters out there. I had my 2 lawnmowers.
You brought it on yourself. Yeah. That is a lot of equipment that you've got out to mow the lawn.
That's some big balls, though, to pull up to somebody's house.
Dude, I've done that exact thing. I've done that exact thing probably a dozen times in my life because.
Like you just see somebody mowing a yard and you just assume it's somebody that's been hired.
Dude, here's my move. I haven't cut my own grass in probably, 10, 15 years. But whenever I've got someone on retainer to come out once a week and take care of it, I'm always looking for a better deal.
Right.
So I always stay on the lookout, and I got no problem telling the dude, hey, man, I don't need you next week. I got a new guy coming in. He's beating your price. Like I'm a
What do they
I'm a
say?
savage when it comes to that.
Yeah,
I don't, sometimes they'll match the price.
Mhm.
So, sometimes they won't. But I'm getting my lawn done well for the best price.
Best price.
So I got to always be on the lookout. I can't let you start overcharging me. So I just, when I see a crew, I say, oh, that lawn looks nice. I see that crew out. I'm like, hey, what's the rate? And then they tell me, or they say, what's your address? They'll come by and they'll tell me. I'll be like, oh, no, thanks. And sometimes I'll be like, well, how much do you want? How much do you want it to be? And that's when you got 'em.
That's when you got them.
That's when you got them.
Yeah.
I just, in good conscience, can't pay somebody to do my yard. I just,
me
I
neither.
just can't.
I can't either.
I'll hire plumbers and electricians and arborists and you name it. But my pool and my lawn, I feel like, man, it's mine. I got to take care of it. I don't know why I feel that way, because
you're like Hank Hill.
Maybe.
Yeah, you gotta have a lawnmower race with your dad.
When Bobby's like, I guess it's punishment. I'll do all the lawn chores. He's like, I'm not gonna let you do my chores.
That's kind of me. If I let you do it, you're gonna screw it up.
Yeah, that's how I am. Nobody touches my yard.
Yeah, I don't feel that way about the grass outside my house.
I just can't. Although, if you're free. Vic, if you're available.
Yeah, I mean, when I get back.
What's your rate?
Is your lawn really nice?
It's pretty edged
It's
up.
got a good yard.
Yeah. You can got a 90 degree angle on the edges.
I mean,
so,
to me, that's you should take that as a sign of respect. The fact that your lawn looks good enough that someone thought that you're a pro.
Yeah.
And asked you how much, because that's like their way of saying, hey, nice yard, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too.
And the fact that you have a backpack air blower, is it the one that you have to pull the cord? Is it like a 2-stroke? Yeah, I'd have thought you worked.
You know what?
Yeah,
the truth of the matter is, that's why I don't do my own lawn, is I don't want to deal with all this equipment.
Oh, see, I love the toys. See, that's the reason I do it. I love them.
I got 2 weed eaters.
I don't want to.
You have gas and electric?
Yep.
I don't want to fix my lawnmower when it breaks.
I don't like doing that.
I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to go to the gas station with a can and fill up a gas can.
Yeah. I got a bigger can, so I don't go as often. But yeah.
$2 of this, please.
Oh yeah. I just don't want. I don't want to deal with that.
No, I don't do that. I put gas in the car.
And then you siphon it.
No. Like I'll put like 50 in on pump 7, and then I only put 40 in the car, and then I'll go back to the can and fill up the can, and then put the rest in the car.
No, I always like
and you drive a car.
Yeah.
You don't have a truck.
No.
So now you got gas smell in your car?
Yeah, it sucks.
No. F that. That's what I'm just paying somebody to do it.
No,
man.
I have towels and everything. And
that's going to stop it.
Well, I'm not putting it in an open bucket. It is in a container.
I'm not
which
doing
it's not going to spill.
I'm not doing the Cheech and Chong.
Yeah,
but there's still like, where do you keep your gas cans? In your garage, right?
Yes.
And you can still. You still get that little hint of gas smell when you walk in your garage. You can still kind of smell it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Just
little feely.
Yeah.
Smells good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And plus, for me, like, when am I going to mow? Okay.
Well, you've also been in Vegas where you don't have grass.
I know you have
That's
rocks.
true.
You're back to the land of St. Augustine and Buffalo.
I still had someone landscaping for me in Vegas. So someone had to trim my trees. Someone had to make sure my rocks were
shined up appropriately.
De-weeded. My bushes, my hedges were trimmed up and lined up.
Cacti.
Yeah, got to line up my fade. But also, like, most guys do lawn work on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah,
I ain't doing that.
I'm busy.
I do mine during the week.
Well, I can't. When am I? I don't have time.
Oh yeah.
What am I gonna do? Give up my nap?
Nah,
I can't do that.
I can't do that.
I do most of my lawn work in the evenings.
No.
Yeah, mine's is in the evenings as well, because that's where the sun is out of the way.
It's only going to be like 103 tonight, so I'll probably get out there.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah,
some clipping.
You guys are more manly than me.
No,
you guys
I'm
are
cheap.
You're more manly.
At the end of the
than
day,
me.
I'm cheap.
No, you're not, because you've got a backpack air blower.
It's about the toy.
I don't have that.
And you have it.
It was only 300.
I'll tell you what. Once you get a good air blower,
oh yeah,
there's the number of things you can do with high pressure air. You just have. I grab it no matter what the job is. I grab the air blower, a hammer, and a crescent wrench. And if I can't fix it with those 3 things, I'm calling
you're calling somebody.
Air blower.
Those things are phenomenal. The things that
Yeah,
I'll blow off my grill, just like I'll blow this thing. I'll blow off a sidewalk. I like any of the mulch. I blow the mulch. Man, I love that thing.
Got to satisfy the woman.
Whatever it takes. That's when you pull out the 2-stroke.
Yeah.
You put that electric one down. You go get one.
I gotta mix some gas and oil real quick, honey.
Yeah,
I'll be right
don't
back.
mind that black smoke.
I'm bougie. I buy the premix.
It's supposed to be like that.
All right. There are 2 battles in the NFL for quarterbacks that I think are still like the 2 that have yet to be decided. New England is one, Pittsburgh is the other. We'll talk about who's the front runner to win those. And there's a poll of some guys about college football. Who's going to make the playoff? Who's going to miss the playoff? Who's going to win the Heisman? Who's going to win the title? Talk about that next. Morning Huddle on 94.1.
Right now, there are folks over at both Tri-County meat markets preparing the finest meat you could eat this weekend. Right now, the meat cutters out there on Ralph Fair Road, right in the back room over on Huebner, are cutting 1.5-inch thick ribeyes, the likes of which you have never seen before. Right now, there is a gigantic tomahawk inside of the cold room over on Days of Allah, waiting on you. Over on Huebner, waiting on you. What are you waiting on? Tri-County Meat Market, curated meat, waiting on them for a fine weekend of grilling. If you are in the market for steaks this weekend, it's a kickoff for college football. You better start the season the right way. Head over to Tri-County today. They've got the specials that you need for all weekend long. Heck, on Saturday, start the day with some of the prepared food, maybe some of their poppers, or maybe go with some of their sausage, a little charcuterie plate to start the day early. Get yourself steaks ready to go, and go low and slow with those steaks. Maybe reverse sear those suckers and feast on a Saturday night. Then on Sunday, you got some football going around. Maybe it's an F1 party. Get a little bit of chicken, a little bit of side stuff. Maybe you just want to go easy on Sunday with the 5 for $25. That's why you go to Tri-County Meat Markets. The specials you need, but the deals that are always there on a regular basis. They're going to take care of you as you walk in and as you walk out. Don't leave without putting yourself on that email list so you know exactly what the specials are. But listen to me close. Both of them are ready for you today. If you haven't been to Tri-County, you really haven't experienced the kind of service that you deserve. They're going to talk to you about what you're buying. They understand how the meat was cut. And if you have any questions about how to cook it, nobody knows better than those guys. Don't leave without a new rub. Make sure you got all the charcoal and pellets you need to up your grilling game. Tri-County has it. A great meal starts with great meat over at Tri-County. Do yourself a favor. Go over there today. Get some good meat. Put it on the grill. And I know you're going to be thanking me later.
94.1 FM. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Fall Golf Classic is back. Monday, September 30th at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now. $120 per person or $400 per foursome. The Fall Golf Classic, benefiting San Antonio Sports, is presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Jungla, sponsored in part by Jim Beam, PPL Motorhomes, Flight by Yingling, Tomalitos Mexican Restaurant. The Fall Golf Classic, happening Monday, September 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
We're here to tell you about Listing Spark, a new way to sell your San Antonio area home. Listing Spark uses superior technology and customer service to sell your home faster at a fraction of the cost of an old school real estate brokerage. For a low flat fee, the Listing Spark team finds your perfect list price, takes high quality photos, delivers a yard sign and a showing lockbox, lists your property on the local MLS, markets it to all major real estate websites, handles buyer inquiries, and coordinates showings. You can view buyer offers through Listing Spark's portal that accept, reject, or counteroffer with just a few clicks. You only pay a small $395 fee to get started, then only $2,600 only if your property sells, and you can cancel anytime. Save tens of thousands of dollars in commissions. Isn't this the way selling a house should be? Get started today by calling 800-MLS-LIST or go to listingspark.com. That's listingspark.com. Listing Spark. Sell your home the smart way.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. For JD Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
You've got to watch your NFL team every Sunday, and Verizon's got you covered for all your team's out-of-market games every Sunday afternoon. Come on! From kickoff to sign-off, from first downs and touchdowns
That's right.
to turnovers, no, and overturned plays.
After review, the pass was incomplete.
Nice! Let's go! This season, win every Sunday with Verizon. Get a great deal on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV and a new phone. Excludes digital-only games. Terms and embargoes apply.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment, not just to protect their valuable tools, but to protect their professional reputations. For pros, the WeatherGuard badge makes a statement about what drives them. It says, "Bring it on. Been there. Done that. We've got your back," without saying a word. And the folks at WeatherGuard, they're just as driven as the hardworking pros they serve. See what it means to be driven at weatherguard.com.
Football season is here. It's the greatest time of the year. Jason Minix here from The Blitz for UnderdogFantasy.com. You know, I've been playing Underdog for a long time now, and over 1 million fans got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog. You, too, can join and win up to 325 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats. Getting signed up is easy. Go to the app or UnderdogFantasy.com and use my promo code STAR, and Underdog will give you a highly discounted pick to use on your first pick'em entry, plus a first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to ncpgambling.org. Underdog Fantasy, promo code STAR to claim your new customer offer of a Give Me First pick and your deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Get signed up now at UnderdogFantasy.com.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 210-615-7777 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As we start to head out of our morning rush hour, we're in fairly good shape. No major incidents going on. All our major freeway systems are rolling at posted speeds. 410 eastbound Ingram to Vance Jackson rolling a bit slowly. Also 1604 northbound New Delbo to I-10. On South Cross to Highway 90, that's stop and go. And sluggish on 90 eastbound from General McMullen on over to 35. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Ren says, you gonna pay a landscaping company to put Christmas lights on your house?
Nope, I'll do it.
Just leave them up.
My wife does that.
Yeah.
My wife knows I don't like hanging up Christmas lights, and I don't really care if we get Christmas lights hung up. Like, we got a tree inside. I don't care.
No, they got to be the right chasing ones, and they got to be alternate color.
Humbug, man.
Yeah.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, me.
You put lights on your house?
Yeah, even though nobody sees it.
You still put up lights?
Oh, we put up lights. I have these reindeer that I move around the yard. I'm a total Christmas dude, man. And those are only for us. Nobody can see them but me.
Yeah, I don't do any of that stuff either. Yeah, I am kind of a Grinch.
But you got to keep in mind, I've been married to a teacher for now 30 some odd years, and we have the appropriate decorations for every possible holiday. And not only do we have the appropriate decorations, my wife has a smart vest or shirt that will also match the holiday. We've got everything required to make our house look like a lot like a classroom. during holiday season.
Oh boy.
So, dude, we go out, man.
All right. Yeah.
You're gonna see. I have these reindeers that are covered in lights that I move around the yard. Awesome.
You will see that I don't have those.
I have become a Geico commercial.
We get the simplest lights, and like what I do is I'll go up. I go up and I put the hooks on. Like I put the permanent hooks in.
Well, that's 90% of the battle.
And then from then on, it's between you and my oldest kid. You guys figure it out. And they do. And I ain't taking them down either.
Humbug.
I ain't taking them down.
No, I'm not about taking them down. In fact, there's some lights I leave on year round. Just I turn them on every night. They're on timers.
Well, the beauties of not having a homeowners association, I suppose.
There is definitely that. And by the way, I was at Lowe's the other day. The things that you can now buy for your front yard for Halloween, they have this 15-foot tall reaper thing that it's got a metal spine to it for $400 that is almost a must-have.
Or did you get one?
Well, my wife was like, well, no one, I got a plan for this.
You can get a veterans discount too.
Maybe. I have never utilized my veterans discount.
Oh, you can.
How would I need to have I go get my
I think at Lowe's, you just show your veteran ID
I
card.
don't have one. I need to go get that, I guess.
Yeah, I would say so.
But
I can go with you, and we'll just go get I'll get you your 10% off.
Yeah, you get it. But I'm talking about a 15-foot high reaper with glowing red eyes.
Yeah,
dude,
I don't need that. I think that also goes back to me, like I like to sleep in pure dark and quiet. So the last thing I need is some giant thing with glowing eyes outside my bedroom window. I don't need that.
Well, that is the new thing for the modern household. We didn't used to have access to that. You know, a little blow up snowman back over Christmas. And I don't have to worry about people, coming and stealing.
No one's going to steal
either.
your stuff.
So there is some benefit to that.
They'll steal it at my house.
Well, there's most places, if you're not keeping a steady vigil, you're always going to be
You think they'd steal it at your house?
Oh, yeah. They've done it before.
Yeah. Jerks.
Why don't you just put up a sign that says, hey, don't steal my stuff. Please don't steal my stuff. And if you need your yard mowed.
Yeah.
No, I have a NRA member thing. That should be enough.
Just have that on the front door.
Yeah. Welcome to Texas.
That'll do it. That'll do it. The Patriots continue to be impressed by Drake May. And for some reason are still saying the only thing that's keeping Drake May from being our starting quarterback is Jacoby Brissett. Like they feel so good about Jacoby Brissett that they don't want to start Drake May. Dude, if Drake May is ready to play and you don't play him, you are doing him a disservice.
He's going to start week 1. I don't know why they feel the need to protect Jacoby Brissett's psycho defenses. Like, dude, you've been around to this league a long time.
You know what your job is, Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, and there have been worse quarterbacks than Drake May who've taken your job.
There got like Tyrod Taylor is one of these guys who
man.
That there's going to be times where if they start the season with you as the starter, the hope is that you're not the starter by the end of the year.
Right.
And like it's a good job to have. You're somewhere in between like the 25th and 35th best quarterback in the league. And there is a real value to that position because the teams that are stuck in that 25 to 32 range, they are looking for the next quarterback and they need someone to keep them respectable while they find it. And that's where guys like Jacoby Brissett come in. That's where guys like Gardner Minshew come in.
And Fitzmagic before he
Ryan
retired.
Fitzpatrick.
Be the most popular guy in town for about 6 months.
That's it.
And then move on.
And people will love you and they'll be like, and if your rookie sucks, just be like, oh, I wish we could go back to this guy.
Man, I think I wonder who the next, because when I was writing a list of the quarterbacks, and the first one I wrote down was Gardner Minshew. I mean, that's the obvious one. He's a cult hero wherever he was. Fitzmagic was prior to that.
Colt McCoy was that.
Colt McCoy had that kind of, and of course the McCown brothers both had that. I think once those guys accepted their role, every time they landed on a new team, because they knew exactly who they were in their job, they lifted their team. They had no aspirations of being here any longer than required. I'm here for the short time. I'm not here for the long time. and go out and be those dudes. I don't think there's a better job in football.
You can make a really good, think about this. Colt McCoy went to the NFL in 2010 and just retired this week. That is a 15-year NFL career. Was he making $50 million a year? No. But that dude made a very comfortable living for 15 years. That is awesome. Awesome.
So I would aspire to be that. And I know there's a lot of quarterbacks that do. They understand their role. Go and make the practice team better and just make the rest of the team feel comfortable if there's a problem.
It's like being a left-handed middle reliever.
Truth.
You're never going to be flashy. You're never going to be like the, you're not going to be the closer probably. You're not going to go to the Hall of Fame. You're not going to make the All-Star game. But what you are going to do is, unless you're like you could have a 4.3 ERA and you're going to have a job for 20 years because you're left-handed and you can get a couple outs.
Pitch 100 games, pitch 80 games a year, win 10.
Stay healthy. Yeah, you're our guy, budda. Look, stay in here and we'll keep you around. And if we don't keep you around, guess what? Somebody else is going to pick you up. That's what being the tweener quarterback, not good enough to be a franchise quarterback, but an above, like a better than good backup quarterback.
I guess the patron saint of these backup quarterbacks, it would be like Geno Smith. He's the guy who was a backup, bounced around, and then they paid him. He got the gig.
See, I think of him that's who everybody aspires to be. That's
who they want to be.
Big goal. But remember, Geno Smith was a first-round pick. Or a second. Was he first or second-round pick? But Geno had some expectations, didn't meet them, and then eventually met them later. Usually these guys are lower picks or undrafted guys who just kind of they hang around. They find a way. They make themselves useful for a long time. And
is it Jacoby or Tyrod? Not wherever he lands, that team drafts the number 1 overall quarterback. Was that Tyrod for a couple of years?
Taylor? I don't know.
Was Tyrod there when they drafted Josh Allen?
Yeah.
You see, and I think he was in Cleveland when they drafted Baker. I think he.
You're probably right.
Wherever he was, they went and got the number 1 pick.
Yeah. He talks about Tyrod Taylor was starting, or B. Hannon says Tyrod Taylor was starting over Herbert until they.
So Herbert too. So no matter where he goes.
No, they actually had them both at the same time, and they were trying to sit on Herbert, and then the team doctor punctured Tyrod's lung.
That's right, with the needle,
giving him a shot and put him out for the season. Oh, I guess we got to play Herbert.
And Tyrod's now in New England,
and Jacoby Brissett's now in New England.
Where's Tyrod?
Tyrod Taylor? No, he's not done. He's certainly on a team. He's on the Jets. He's backing up Rodgers now.
So he's going to play this year.
Probably going to play. He's probably going to start more games.
Some games under his belt.
Probably going to start 9-10 games. Tyrod Taylor, what a guy. I mean, he's made a career out of it. The bigger question is who's going to start in Pittsburgh, Russell Wilson or Justin Fields. I don't know if they even know yet. Like, I don't know if they have made a decision. I mean, Mike Tomlin keeps saying Russell Wilson, and you kind of believe Russell Wilson's got some juice left.
I think he's got some juice, but I also think if it's going to be bad, and I don't know if Pittsburgh's going to be, if it's what bad quantifies, but it ain't going to be good in Pittsburgh this year. I think that best case, you think this team's got 9 wins in them? Best case?
Yeah.
10?
No, I don't see 10. They play in the toughest division in football.
Yeah, and it's week in and week out. If I'm going to try to...
There is some voodoo magic to the Steelers, though, that they never... Like, Mike Tomlin, how long has Mike Tomlin been in Pittsburgh?
As long as I can remember.
I mean,
since Cowher left.
He's the longest tenured coach in the NFL and has never had a losing season. Think about that. The Steelers have never lost more games than they've won under Cowher or under Tomlin. That's incredible.
It's a remarkable run. And it's been done because he understands when you play the right guys, because they're not ever been an overly talented team. I think Wilson starts the season with the intent that if everything goes well, you're not going to lose your job.
Yeah.
But I do think that everything's not going to go well. But Russell will get them through the first couple of weeks. Let Fields get a couple more snaps. I think they're going to have to protect Fields' mental side of things. I heard him yesterday think, I feel like I've done everything to get the starting job. That sounds like a guy who's been told he's not going to be the starter. I do think Fields has shown him enough to, keep him around for a little bit longer, but I think Tomlin's going to start Wilson just because he's been there and done that more than Fields has been.
I don't think they believe either of these guys is the long-term answer.
You don't think you saw enough from Justin Fields to go, he's better than Lance at, in every measure, but he's not ready.
I think Justin Fields is going to end up turning into a lifelong solid backup.
He's going to have to improve a couple of things for him to do that.
He's going to back up guys who are that fit a certain system. Like he could be Lamar Jackson's backup, and like a run first offense. Jaden Daniels in Washington, they may say, you can be a backup here, because the Ravens have always done that. Like it doesn't make sense for the Ravens to have like a big statuesque pocket passer as the backup quarterback, because then if Lamar gets hurt, you got to change everything. That's why they've had Snoop Huntley for so long, because
it fits. But I don't think didn't Fields run from a school already? Didn't he leave college to start someplace else? Didn't he bounce? Was he at Georgia, Ohio State? One to the other?
Was he? I thought he was at Ohio State the whole time. It was no, Quinn Ewers left because of Justin Fields.
I thought Fields played a role in that. I just don't know if he has the mentality to be a backup in the NFL.
All right, we'll hit some college football on the other side. Morning Huddle 941, San Antonio Sports Star.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circus Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed prizes. 2 ways to win and no rate. Circus Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. Visit circusports.com for details.
Attention Roadrunner fans, get ready for an electrifying season of UTSA football. Season tickets are on sale now, starting at just $90. That's right, for only $90 you can catch all the action, all the touchdowns, and all the excitement at the Alamo Dome. Bring your family, bring your friends, and join the fun as we cheer on our UTSA Roadrunners to victory. Don't miss out on the best deal in town. Get your season tickets today and be a part of the Roadrunner family. Visit GoUTSA.com to secure your seats now. UTSA football, it's more than a game, it's an experience. Go Runners!
What if you could build a 6-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a 6-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Brett Kitchen, best-selling author, executive producer, and star in a brand new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception. In this film, we traveled over 20,000 miles interviewing real Americans who've retired successfully with a great lifestyle and peace of mind. They share their stories on how they get more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and the money's never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even the super wealthy are shifting money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money saved, call to talk to a specialist and get a free copy of this brand new movie at 800-486-9595. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you can get it completely free. I'll even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call right now, 1-800-486-9595. That's 1-800-486-9595. Again, that's 1-800-486-9595.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuities in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits from financially strong insurers.
Call 800-715-9880.
That's right, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling today.
Call 800-715-9880. That's 800-715-9880.
Sponsored by Annuity General. Producers have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer. Increased income is possible using strategies suited to your goals and may require buying multiple annuities and holding them full term.
How about them Cowboys? Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. We rise as one in Texas in handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam highballs on game day in Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
Hey, it's Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. I'm one of 5 million active members. I play every day because you know why? It's the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports because I get to use my knowledge and apply it to win some serious money. And as a player, they invented FlexPay, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if your pick don't hit. You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with just a simple 4 correct picks. It is that easy to play. You can have fun. It's simple. It's a great playing experience, and you can use your knowledge. How well is Tyreek Hill going to do this week? How is Dak Prescott going to play? If you know, you go play. It's Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code Alamo and get $50 instantly when you play. That's code Alamo on Prize Picks. You get $50 instantly when you play just 5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As we start to head out of our morning rush hour, we're in fairly good shape. No major incidents going on. All our major freeway systems are rolling at posted speeds. 410 eastbound Ingram to Vance Jackson rolling a bit slowly. Also 1604 northbound New Elbow to I-10. On the southwest side of town, 35 northbound South Cross to Highway 90. That's stop and go. And sluggish on 90 eastbound from General McMullen on over to 35. And Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio Sports Center.
Bernie Little League are in the U.S. Little League World Series final. They'll take on the Southeast team from Florida, who beat the Mountain Squad 6-3 yesterday. First pitch tomorrow at 2:30. In the NFL, preseason wraps up for the Texans as they close out against the Los Angeles Rams in Houston, and the Dallas Cowboys close things out against the Los Angeles Chargers and Jerry World, a game you can catch live right here. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah, baby! We are in the home stretch. I know all you suckers out there at your 9 to 5s are just getting started since it's 9:01. But here,
it's almost 4 o'clock, almost 5 o'clock.
Oh, man, that whistle's about to blow, and I'm going to get in my Flintstone car and say yabba dabba doo and I'm going to slide down that dinosaur's back out to my car.
Speed home to Wilma.
That's right. Hell yes.
Show her what's what with my Brontosaurus.
Yeah, it's right with my Bronto rib. Oh.
It's going to be a good weekend. We got Bernie playing tomorrow, right at the same time the Cowboys
yes.
are going to play.
And how's it work in the Little League World Series? Does Bernie have to do they have to lose twice before Florida loses once? Because
I think that might be it.
Bernie's they're on the winner side of the bracket.
So now there's the U.S. champion, but they could get that, but they could not be the world champion.
The world champion. So the U.S. champion plays the world champion in the Little League World Series final,
and that would be really but But as far as we're concerned, even though in the grand scheme this is like the conference championship, that's all we really care about, right?
No,
Because,
you want to be the champion of the world,
well,
right?
but normally those teams coming out of Japan or Curacao or Venezuela or whoever is the good one this year are so stocked full of 15-year-olds with fake birth certificates that, it's an exhibition game at that point.
Knock them off.
What's that kid's name? Danny
Almonte.
Almonte. Is he still pitching for him?
He might be.
In his 19th year as a 12th grader or 12-year-old?
Let me see. Looking up who normally wins the Little League World Series. How often does the U.S. get the job done?
Because let me tell you, that Japanese team could pitch, and they just lost.
No. Oh, here we go. Little League winners, world champion winners. Last year, California beat Curacao.
Seems like it's always Curacao.
You know what? An international team hasn't won since 2017.
Good. All right, then. So we will. But if we did see that the Bernie team won the U.S. thing and didn't win the world thing, it wouldn't denigrate. They're the U.S. champion. They're the world champions in our mind because anything that happens outside of our borders doesn't really count, right?
No, they got to win it.
So they got to win. All right.
They got to win the whole thing.
Trying to set the table, what I should be cheering for. So they've still got a couple to really hoist the true mantle of champion.
Yes.
All right. But tomorrow, 2:30, they're taking on the Mountain Squad. No, who are they beating?
They're playing Florida. Southeast.
Is that the Lake Mary school?
I'm not sure where they're from. I just I watched them yesterday. They're the ones with they got the two big fat guys.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel good about Bernie. Though that Henderson team, they were a bunch of crybabies. Like they were already crying. Like the one kid, it was 6-3 in the 6th inning. So Henderson's down to their last out. They got a guy on first. There's 2 outs, and the kid gets a hit. Like ropes a single out to left field, and it shows him when he gets to first base, and he's got tears streaming down his face. He was so worked up that he might be the last out of the World Series that he was already crying before it happened. The guy got a hit, and he's got to wipe his tears away. And then, of course, the next guy pops out, and that's the ball game. And then they all start crying. I shouldn't say all. There was like 2 or 3 of them who weren't boo-hooing.
I'm in Williamsport. It could be worse.
Were your kids boo-hooers, or were they?
I had one that took every loss like he'd been kicked in the gut, and then I had another one that's kind of like, yeah, man, when's practice?
I kind of got the same thing.
Yeah.
Although even my one that he wasn't a crier. He wasn't like none of my boys have ever cried after losing a baseball game.
But no, the last when both boys knew they had played their last game.
Okay.
And that never,
yeah.
and you never win your last game. Normally, it's my last game and I just lost.
Was your John Elway?
Well, exactly. Very rarely do you finish it. Then both of them, it's one of those. But one wouldn't talk for 6 hours. I don't want to talk about blah, 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 blah. The other one, was like, let's eat.
Yeah, that's my little one is like when they lost in the finals of their Little League championship last year, and of the 12 kids, I think 10 of them were just like boo-hooing, and my kid was like, what is the big deal? We lost a game.
Like I'm 9. I think I've got some more games in front of me. I think I've got a future.
Whatever, bro.
I will say this though. When I saw that kid from Henderson get to base, while he cried and the pressure, the next time he's up there, he will have been there and done that. That's the best thing about sports. That kid was so terrified that he was going to ruin it, and he didn't. He got on base.
Except now, we'll probably never see him again because.
No, but he will never forget that, and he is a better person today than he was yesterday.
I'm looking at the history of the Little League World Series, and going back to, there's not a lot of. It's been a while since a Texas team has been in the has represented the U.S. So in the history, going back to 1947 when it started, in 1951, Austin, Texas had a team that was the runner-up.
It seems like we've had a team there the last couple of years
in the finals.
Well, maybe not in the finals, but had a good run of teams.
Yeah. But when you get to so 1960 and 61, Fort Worth and El Campo both lost in the finals. 1966, Houston won the first championship for the great state of Texas. And then we went on a pretty long hiatus. From 66 until 95, Texas didn't have a team in the final. And that 95 team from Spring, Texas, lost to Taiwan.
I remember that game.
Then Bel Air, Texas, Bel Air's southwest Houston, they lost to Venezuela in 2000. And since then, it's been Lufkin in 2017, lost to Japan. And that's it. There's not a lot of Texas representation, and only once has a Texas team won the whole damn enchilada. So hopefully those Bernie boys can get it done.
They're the best team I've seen, other than there's a couple international teams that are stocked and really good. But as far as batting and pitching, they got 3 pitchers, and they can hit. I guess all of them can hit through 9, but they have to hit through 12, depending on how size the roster is.
Yeah,
that's a good team.
That Venezuela team that was like outscored opponents 58-0 or whatever before Japan beat them. And I don't know who's in the finals on the international side. Do we know?
I saw them beat Japan. They came back and beat Japan again. I think it might be Venezuela.
So or they may still have one more game to play.
They're Latin America, right?
I think so. Yeah. So they're playing the Asia Pacific team. They got to play Japan again.
Yeah.
Or no, Japan's out.
They beat Japan yesterday.
So the other Asia Pacific, I don't know where that team is from. So that's the team that Venezuela has to play.
They're good. Ain't nobody beating them.
Not even Bernie?
No. That team is.
Japan beat them
once.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Well, not anymore. They're done.
That's it.
I mean, you talked about the numbers. They're devastating teams.
But to be honest, a lot of these teams they don't understand
pitching
until you get to, once you start to see the real competition. There's some of these teams that are really, really good from the U.S. and the international teams aren't quite there. So
I always felt like they were cheating.
The international teams,
not cheating, but
how dare you?
I mean, birth certificates are kind of a variable thing.
Yeah, big deal. It looks like I think it says it's hard to find out where this team is from. This Asia Pacific team, they just call them Asia Pacific. So I guess that's it, Asia Pacific. That's just that's what Mama call them. That's what I'm gonna call them, I guess. But yeah, I think Bernie's gonna win the whole thing. That's what I'm going for. That's what I'm counting on is a national championship for Bernie. They're from the Philippines.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay. I think we can beat the Philippines. I just need the Philippines to beat Venezuela. I need Venezuela to stub their toe. And I think because Venezuela lost to Japan, they would have to they're going to have to beat that Philippines team twice.
Probably. Yeah. I don't know if the Philippine team has lost already, though.
I don't either. Damn it.
I haven't been watching the international because I don't count that. I've always felt like if you just won the U.S. thing.
No, you got to win the whole
everything
thing.
Else is
you got to be the champion of the world, Rob.
Well,
of
once
the
you
world.
win the United States, you are. Our NFL's world champion, our NBA's world champion, our baseball, that's world champion.
Remember Noah Lyles says you can't be the world champion if you just win in the U.S.
Well, Noah, you go win the 200 and we'll talk.
Well, don't drop the stick.
And don't get COVID.
Loser. I want to normally in the penultimate segment of our program.
That's next to last to those here.
I like to use big ass words and be like, "Ooh, yeah." Normally we like to talk non-sports items, but instead I'm going to use the next 2 or 3 minutes to read a couple non-sports stories, and then we're going to play a sports game next segment.
A game?
I'm gonna test you, Rob.
Is it going to require physicality?
Oh yes.
There'd be no math.
Yes, you will. You will have to answer several questions while doing handstands.
Feats of strength.
That's right. So one story that is very, very disturbing comes from Wasaga Beach, Ontario.
Fine place.
It's the busiest summer in 18 years of operations at Grandma's Beach Treats. People are excited to be out at the beach. They're seeing a bunch of tourists. Visitations up 20% above pre-pandemic levels. This is great news, right? Well, there's a problem. Someone keeps pooping on the beach.
Oh man.
There's a serial pooper in Ontario.
There's always a serial pooper on the loose. I think there might be more serial poopers than killers.
When a local resident accused immigrants of defecating in the sand.
See, immigrants.
They, everyone's on the. No one even can prove who was doing it, but everyone's on the lookout now for this guy who's just walking around. And
doesn't that have the FBI have a crack squad of poop identifiers? Don't they have? Isn't there science behind turd identification?
Yeah, but what are we going to do? DNA test and
yes, isn't there,
put it into the system?
I was told that through turds and semen, all crimes are solved.
No, apparently not. Not this. Not
I'm
this.
watching
crime.
the wrong TV series.
Not this crime. A toddler.
CSI is taking on a whole new meaning here.
In Hollister, California, they went to a restaurant. They were at a Fujiyama Japanese restaurant. You know, the kind where you
cut it up and flinging shrimp at you.
Flip the shrimp at you. Yeah.
If I ever lose my day gig, that's my next job.
Oh, you'd be good at that. You're
gonna
a
put on the
personable
hat,
guy,
slapping that stuff around.
You'd be good at that job. Well, this family took their 2-year-old daughter, and they ordered apple juice for her. And by the time the dinner show was over, the young gal was starting to slur her drink or still slur her words and drop her fork. And they said, wait a minute, she's drunk. She'd been drinking house-made cooking wine instead of apple juice.
And she didn't spit it out.
She didn't seem to mind.
Some of mommy's juice.
She went to the ER and had a blood alcohol level of 0.12.
So good thing she didn't drive.
Well over the legal drinking limit, especially for a 2-year-old. So there's been a police report filed. They're looking into the matter. The wine was being stored inside a large container labeled apple juice when the server made a mistake, is what they're saying.
I don't think the server made the mistake.
Nope.
Seems like the people who were storing, the restaurant.
Well, the kid drank most of it. I don't think that was the first time.
The parents say, parents, taste what's served to your kids. That sounds ridiculous, by the way. One time we were in Portland, Oregon at a brewery and they had food and I wasn't paying attention to what my kids ordered. And my son ordered a hemp burger.
Nice.
Well,
I was like, why would you order that? He's like, I don't know. It sounded good.
Sounded good. What is this hemp we speak
He
of?
didn't know. He just said it sounded good.
Tastes like rope.
I didn't eat it. He ate it. That's on you, bub. You got to eat it now. A mother and grandmother are in some trouble here. Apparently, they are accused of inflicting injuries and trauma onto some toddlers. Emily Marie Edwards and her mother, Sherry Jean Edwards, are both accused of felony child abuse causing serious bodily injury. They are saying this is not their fault. Okay.
What, they run like a daycare or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no.
Oh.
This is their kids, but
they're okay. Their own kids.
The kids are beat up and apparently have been exposed to fentanyl, but these gals are in lockstep with their excuse on how this happened. There are evil spirits in the house that are doing this to the kids.
So they got
There's
demons.
ghosts. They heard the kids yelling. They'd go over and they'd see injuries on the kids. There are spirits in the house that cause these injuries, not us. The 1 and 2-year-olds suffered burns, bite marks, broken bones, and tested positive for fentanyl. And this is all because of a ghost. Now I'm going to show you these parents, and I don't like to judge a book by its cover.
Oh no, they look like that's a perfectly normal couple. That would be
that's a mom. They're not a couple. That's a mom and daughter.
Well, a level 3 manifestation of demons.
God, that's awful.
Yeah. And finally, Vic, what's the furthest lengths you've gone to get out of child support?
I've never had to.
What?
Believe it or not,
wow.
I have 3 children that have
all with the same lady.
That have all been paid for.
That all been paid for already. They're all 18. One woman.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
One of a kind. A Kentucky man has been sentenced to 7 years in prison because he owed about $116,000 in child support payments. So what he did was hack into the state registry to fake his own death. So Jesse Kipp, who's 39, is now busted on computer fraud and aggravated identity theft. He hacked state registries in Kentucky, Arizona, Hawaii, and Vermont. Hacked into private businesses, attempted to sell to networks on the dark web, and stole identities of real people to open 2 credit accounts because he had to basically find a new life after he shut his off. Because once you're dead, you can't use your credit cards anymore.
Right. Social's dead. You need a new one.
Now he has to pay $200,000 in damages, including the child support owed to his ex-wife, and nearly $80,000 to repair damages to state death registries, which that seems like a high price, $80K for a couple registries. I could fix it for less than that.
It's like you should have hacked into the child support. That maybe just lowered the amount.
Yeah, but then usually there's a woman on the other side of that who says, I got some paperwork here that says that's wrong. Yeah. When you're dead, you can't get money from a dead man, Rob.
Right. No rent, no
so
child
he
support.
was just gonna
just
die.
He was just gonna be gone.
What state? He was in Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah, well,
Kentucky. All right.
They have computers in Kentucky.
I think he might have had to go to Tennessee to
find some decent Wi-Fi.
I went all the way to the Capitol in Lexington. They got a computer there you can sign on to.
Only one of them. It's in the library.
You go there. And you got to give them your ID, and you got to be over 18 because a lot of people like to look at the pornography on it.
Got to go over to Mount Pilot to see the porn.
All right. When we come back, we're going to play a little college football game with Rob. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, it is day 2 of our Las Vegas adventure here at Circa Las Vegas.
Yeah, we'll have the latest here from Circa, at least what we can tell you about. And we'll get you ready for the Cowboys preseason finale as they have broken camp in Oxnard and headed back to the Metroplex. John Machota from The Athletic will join us at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Well, a gentleman pulled in something more than a fish this week. She brought in a 3-pound bale of marijuana.
Oh, boy. That's a lot of dough.
How do you cut that up? How far will that go?
If he sold 3 pounds to Bobo, he'd still be smoking it in the year 2034.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star. Have you or a family member been arrested? The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
After a total renovation of their greens, Olympia Hills invites you to their grand relaunch event the weekend of September 13th. Olympia Hills has renovated all 18 greens to enhance your golfing experience. Come and enjoy the dramatic elevation changes and a layout that's been strategically designed for your enjoyment. Follow on social media for updates and witness the transformation of your favorite course. Discover premier golfing in Bexar County with the grand relaunch the weekend of September 13th. Book your tee time now at OlympiaHillsGolf.com.
With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. From high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone, including blackjack tournaments. From the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, the Big Blind is locally owned and operated, offering daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 and Redland Road.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hi, everybody. Scott Innes here. For 25 years, I've been voicing lovable cartoon dogs like Scooby-Doo, Astro. Hey, I love puppies and dogs. And now I get to help pets that need a voice to save their lives. That's where the Puppy Food Bank comes in. The Puppy Food Bank helps pet rescue organizations so they can feed puppies. For just $11 a month, you can save a pet's life. Go to puppyfoodbank.org now and donate, and they'll send you a nice gift. Puppy Food Bank is proudly supported by Thomas J. Henry.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
All right. Rob, you ready? You prepared?
Oh, man. Am I going to have to stretch out and limber up?
You don't have to do anything like that.
I'm ready then.
I don't want you to use your computer for this game.
See my hands at all times.
All right.
Siri?
The Athletic polled they polled 28 college football staffers to get a consensus on how this season's going to go. And I'm going to give you the number. So, for instance, who will win the national championship? 4 teams got selected. So, of the 28 people, there were 4 different teams that were mentioned as this is the team going to win the national championship. I'm going to ask you to name all 4, but I'm going to tell you first that of the 28, 16 picked the same team to win the championship. Who do you think that
Georgia.
is? No.
Ohio State.
Correct. 16 people said Ohio State is going to win the title. Georgia, 8 said that. That leaves 4 more people think someone other than Ohio State or Georgia is going to win the title. Who are those teams?
Oregon? Alabama?
Correct.
Oregon?
That's them, both of them. 3 say Oregon, 1 says Alabama. There you good job. You're off to a good start here. Who will lose in the national title game? There are 6 teams total, and I'm gonna give you a hint of the 4 that were picked to win. 3 of those were also picked by some people to lose. So you've got 6 teams. I want you to guess who those 6 are.
That were picked to make it to the game but lose.
Yes.
And none of the teams that I've already mentioned.
Or
do I include the 3 that were mentioned?
Include them.
Oh, so Georgia, Oregon.
Georgia got the most votes with 14, by the way.
Georgia, Oregon, and Alabama probably had these.
Alabama not picked to lose.
Not picked to lose.
Ohio State
was
picked to lose by 6 people. So Florida and Georgia, the most picked teams
to win it.
Or excuse me, Ohio State and Georgia, the most picked teams to win and to lose the national championship. You mentioned Oregon. There were 2 people who said them. There are 3 other teams who were picked to get to the game and lose. One of them was picked 4 times, the other just 1 each.
Texas.
Texas picked 4 times.
Yeah.
And then 2 schools, 1 each.
Ole Miss?
Nope.
No. Penn State?
No.
No.
This is going to be tough.
An ACC school like Florida State?
They're both ACC schools.
So Florida State and Virginia.
Clemson.
Yes.
The most commonly picked matchup for the national title game, no shock, Ohio State, Georgia. 17 of the 28 people picked that. Georgia, Oregon got picked 3 times. Ohio State, Texas twice. And then a handful of matches picked.
Of all of those,
just once.
If you could pick one from all of those, what would the matchup be?
I think I would probably say Ohio State, Georgia. It feels like the most direct path.
For me,
although you know what, I'm going to change my
I think
pick.
you're going to go where I'm going to go.
I'm going to say Georgia, Oregon.
Oh wow, no, that's not where I was. I was thinking it would be poetic if
Texas A&M,
if it was Texas and Ohio State.
Oh,
I think that they kind of embody everything that the SEC isn't and wants to be and aren't. You know, I mean, Ohio State and Texas just feel glitzier than any SEC program. They just feel like and Texas, I still don't count them SEC till they go through the year, but they just feel like it's more fun to play at Texas and Ohio State than it is at Georgia. Unless you're into speeding and driving fast.
It's true.
But don't you get that sense that it'd be the perfect comeuppance that the brand new SEC school that really doesn't feel like an SEC school, and then Ohio State, which is the antithesis of everything that the SEC is or wants to be, would be a perfect beginning to this new era.
The entire time I worked in Austin, the coolest games I got to cover were the 2 Texas-Ohio State games.
Yeah, man, there's just something about that. They feel like there's a little bit more Hollywood, a little bit more production value, a little bit more something to them. And trust me, I hate both those programs, but I understand what they mean. You know what I mean?
They asked the 28 guys, who is going to get the auto bid into the ACC?
I think Virginia or Florida State are the dark horses more than Clemson, but evidently I'm behind the 8 ball on that one.
Virginia didn't get a single vote.
See, I think Virginia's not bad.
Florida State got 13 votes. Clemson got 10. 3 other teams got votes. Who do you think?
Duke's not there. Miami
got 2.
And then North Carolina?
No. North Carolina State got 1.
The Wolfpack, baby. I didn't know.
And Louisville got 2 votes.
Louisville, they're the school that I'm still never going to know what conference they're in.
The Big 12 had 4 teams getting votes. The most went to a team that got 16 votes. Utah got the most votes. How do you think the other 12 were divvied up? What other 3 teams?
If it was me, it'd be Utah, Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State got 2. They got the least amount of votes, but they are one of the 4.
Yep. TCU?
Nope.
No. Tech? No. Arizona, one of the other new schools.
Kansas State, 7.
You know what? You're right. Kansas State, I'm wrong. That should have been right off. That should have been my first pick.
Iowa State, 3.
The Swamp Fox going on up there.
The Big 10, 24 votes went to the leader. The 4 went to the other team. It probably won't be hard to guess who these are.
I think Michigan might be considered the other team, but I think Penn State's better.
It's neither of those teams.
Really?
Oregon is the other team. You forget that they're a Big Ten team now. I knew you were going to forget that. The SEC had 3 teams get a vote to win the SEC. One of them got 23, one got 4, and one got 1.
Georgia
got 23.
Alabama, Texas, and I'm not sure which order.
Texas got 4, Alabama got 1. The group of 5 team, there were 6 teams got votes. I was kind of disappointed to see that UTSA did not get a vote, but 6 teams did get votes. And Memphis is number 1, 11 votes.
There's a lot of talk that Memphis is going to be undefeated by the end of the year. And
well, there's another team that will almost certainly be undefeated because they play in Conference USA and they play a junk schedule, and they'll almost certainly get blown out. It's Liberty.
Oh, that's the other school. You're right.
Yeah.
Liberty is going to. Is this Hugh Freeze? Who's their coach? Is it still Freeze? Oh no, he left.
No. What is his name?
I think that there's a chance that Liberty could surprise a team in a playoff if they
No,
made
they
it.
can't.
I'm
They
telling
are
you, what I've seen from some
Jamie
of the
Chadwell. That's what it is.
Some of the transfers that Liberty brought in for whatever reason, they've got a little bit of skill there.
They will.
I mean,
Boise, App State, Texas State.
There we go.
Got 2 votes, and UNLV got a vote. All right, the Heisman Trophy winner. The most votes went to one guy who got 11.
Dylan Gabriel.
Correct. The second guy got 5 votes, and then you got 2 guys with 3.
I figure Ewers is in there.
Ewers got 3.
I don't know who the third candidate is. Quarterback at Ohio State, maybe?
No, actually. So second on the list with 5 votes was Jalen Milroe from Alabama.
There it is, Milroe.
Quinn Ewers got 3. Carson Beck from Georgia got 3. Quinshon Judkins, the running back at Ohio State, got 2 votes. Travis Hunter, the two-way player at Colorado, he got 2 votes.
Let me tell you, if Travis Hunter is in the running later in the year, the Big 12 has been a circus. If Travis Hunter is a legitimate Heisman candidate by November, the Big 12 will have been so remarkably chaotic. It might be the most fun conference of football.
Imagine seeing a guy win the Heisman who his team didn't make a bowl game.
See, I can't imagine that's the case. So if what I'm saying is if Hunter is in contention, that tells me that Colorado is winning, which tells me that Prime is talking and that the Big 12 is in full effect right now.
Jackson Arnold, the quarterback at Oklahoma, got 1 vote, and Shedeur Sanders also got a vote, which falls into the same category as Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
All right. Good job, Rob. Good job. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the daily lines on the other side, but first, I'm going to give away some missions tickets.
Oh, Tuesday night, $2.
I'm going to give them away on the YouTube, on the Brigade Bar.
It's the best thing we give away, by the way.
I mean, I want to go to one of these. I really do want to go to these. How should we do this? What's a question that we can ask from earlier in the show? Someone who's been paying attention to the show.
Well, that doesn't even include me.
That's true. That's true. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I want to know the drunk baby that we talked about earlier.
Oh.
The cooking wine in the Japanese restaurant's kitchen was labeled what? First person on the Brigade Bar, you're going to see the San Antonio missions. And we'll be right back. We'll do the daily lines. We'll wrap up the week right here on the Morning Huddle.
San Antonio's sports star.
Were you uninvited to game night? Do you play board games with the ferocious intensity of an iron-fisted oligarch? Have friends left game night asking, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Head to Mattress Firm's best sale of the year, the Labor Day sale. Save up to $700 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 instant gift. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Kick off fall with Labor Day deals happening now at Lowe's. Right now, buy one, get one free on select interior paint via Lowe's gift card rebate for your next paint project. Plus, don't miss out on select one-pint annuals. Get 5 for only $5. Shop these can't-miss deals today before they're gone. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 9/4 while supplies last. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details.
What if you could build a six-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a six-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Brett Kitchen, best-selling author, executive producer, and star in a brand new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception. In this film, we traveled over 20,000 miles interviewing real Americans who've retired successfully with a great lifestyle and peace of mind. They share their stories on how they get more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and the money's never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even the super wealthy are shifting money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money saved, call to talk to a specialist and get a free copy of this brand new movie at 800-486-9595. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you can get it completely free. I'll even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call right now, 1-800-486-9595. That's 1-800-486-9595. Again, that's 1-800-486-9595.
Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas, open to the public 7 days a week with a country club feel. It's football season, so book your tee times early at golfclubtexas.com and stick around and watch the games. Make Golf Club of Texas your football headquarters where you can watch every game. They'll even stay open until the end of every NFL game, including Thursday, Sunday, and Monday nights. Get into the Tin Cup Bar at the Golf Club of Texas, Highway 90 at Briggs Ranch Road. Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
How about them Cowboys? Jim Beam bringing fans together across Cowboys country. We rise as one in Texas in handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam highballs on game day in Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
This is the famous footwear that makes us actually want to go back to school. With the newest styles from all your favorite brands like Nike, Adidas, Crocs, Converse, New Balance, Birkenstock, and more. You'll find everything kids want, all at prices parents can appreciate. Because you don't have to overspend to make it famous. Famous Footwear even has fit experts in store to make sure you get the right size every time. So for the perfect fit, make it famous. Plus, right now, buy one, get one half off when you shop your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions apply.
There are any number of reasons you might consider selling your home. To move closer to family, live within a smaller budget, or just wanting a change of scenery. Whatever your reasons, having to figure out all the various housing market trends in your area may not be what you signed up for. That's where an agent who is a realtor comes in. Realtors have the expertise to help you find the right price and navigate the process to sell your home in a way that's right for you. That's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you get into your midday commute, still dealing with that trouble spot on the west side, 151 eastbound Hunt Lane. It's an accident. Left lane blocked. A solid 25-minute delay as you slow from Westover Hills. On Loop 410, westbound Airport, disabled vehicle, right shoulder. Another stall at I-10 westbound South Florida is off to the shoulder. And this stall on 90 eastbound approaching 36th Street west side. That stall is blocked in the median. And Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Alexandra, you're so welcome, honey.
Did she win?
No.
Oh.
But she said thanks for rewarding the YouTubers. The Blitz never gives them prizes.
A brigade bar.
The Blitz is a bunch of a-holes. That's why. They're jerk faces.
Well, they're also in Vegas having the time of their lives right now.
I'm what you would call a man of the people.
Is that what we call? Is that what we call it?
Yeah.
That's a new term for it, but okay.
Some would even call me the people's champ.
So
that's me, baby. That's me. Although I was not the champ yesterday. Vegas got some of my money. Those sorry bastards.
I blame women.
Well, they took part of it.
Yeah,
certainly.
They took all my money last night.
Certainly took
every
a chunk.
woman I blame today.
Ugh. Even Patricia Corbin.
Ruined a day that for 37 consecutive days we had something good going.
Right?
37 days of greatness foiled by one decent afternoon throwing a pitch.
Yep. Texas All Day says, why aren't we in Vegas? We're going in a couple weeks.
We're going for Canelo. We don't go just for some kind of survivor thing. We go for a reason.
Canelo. We're going to see violence, baby.
Can you imagine what the play Vegas is going to look like? Diaz and Canelo is fighting.
I have probably been I've probably been to Vegas 10 times for Diaz fights. Like, that's why they like it's the big fight night for Canelo fights this weekend or that particular weekend every time.
You think I'll be able to find like a Corona or a Modelo anywhere?
Yes.
Think they'll have those?
You will be able to find one.
Okay.
Yes.
Just want to make sure.
I hope you're bringing a sombrero.
Of course, I'm
I
San
hope
Antonio.
so.
I'm going to bring both. I'm going to bring my
Okay.
good one and my work one.
Your work sombrero and your dress sombrero.
My dressy one. When I've bedazzled.
Hey, J-Rod.
Call in
and get your prize, man, if you want to go to this missions game. Otherwise, we're going to give it to somebody else.
See where Benifer's breaking up again?
What?
She filed for divorce yesterday.
Sorry, Ben.
She just can't get over me.
Do you think Ben Affleck's like that guy, like the character he played in that drunk basketball coach? Like
I think so.
I think so too. That's what I imagine him being like.
You know what? Both of them are happy today.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them woke up like, well,
yeah,
got that out of my system.
Listen, here's the good news for both of them. They're not going to have a hard time getting laid.
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think they'll both be okay.
fine.
And ironically, it was when they were together, they did.
Yeah, it was probably a lot more difficult.
More difficult.
Now Ben Affleck's going to be able to bang whoever he wants. And J-Lo is going to be able to not bang Ben Affleck anymore.
She's got just about as many rings as Ori, doesn't she? Right about now?
She's piling them up.
Got a few.
Yeah, she goes through them. You might want to maybe say, hey, let's wait a little while before we get legally binded.
What's the fun in that?
But what are you gonna do? All right, let's take a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All righty.
Be a busy one.
It is a busy one. UFC this weekend. The main event is Caio Borralho and Jared Cannonier. I'm going to go the under 4.5 rounds on this one because Caio Borralho hasn't lost yet in the UFC. He has looked really good. It's going to be his first main event. And the thing about Caio Borralho is every fight that he's won, it looks like he is exhausted by the time it's over. Now he's going to have to fight 2 extra rounds. This is the best guy he's ever faced, and a guy with like some real knockout power who could potentially put him out early. But Borralho could also put him out early. So I'm going to go with under 4.5 rounds.
And what weight class are we talking about?
We're talking about middleweights. Yep, 185s.
So is he in shape?
Yeah, he's in good shape.
Okay.
He's just he carries around a lot of muscle mass. Both these guys, in fact, carry around a lot of muscle mass.
My problem too.
Yeah, mine too. That's why I'm always tired.
Yeah.
Always tired. So there you go. There's a little UFC wager for you this weekend. Let's look at some lady basketball league, or the WNBA as they like it. They prefer it be called. The LA Sparks are at the Washington Mystics. The Mystics are 6-point favorites. I don't like the Mystics as favorites. I'm against that, but man, the Sparks stink.
They've thrown in the towel, man.
The Mercury are at the Atlanta Dream. Phoenix, a 1.5-point favorite on the road.
I like this, man.
You like the Mercury?
Yes, I
do
like
too.
the Mercury on the road. Atlanta, they're just not very good.
I don't disagree with you there. And the matchup of the day, the one that we're all going to be staying up for, the Las Vegas Aces and the Minnesota Lynx. Now, this is legit. Like this is a good matchup. Aces minus 2.5. I'm going with the Lynx. I'm riding with the Lynx. I feel like the Aces are they're about to get in that mode where they're prepping for playoffs, which means they're going to take their foot. They're going to start load managing. Wonder where Becky learned that from.
I wonder. And also the turmoil off the court.
Yeah.
Having to do with Becky and HR issues.
Becky, maybe start being nice to pregnant gals. Like, it's not that hard. Just give them a day off. Don't fire them. It's kind of a thing we do.
I don't know.
Major League Baseball. We're going to bang through these pretty quickly because we got some football to talk, which is a glorious thing. Bailey Falter and the Pirates, minus 120, hosting the Reds with Andrew Abbott. Kyle Freeland goes to the mound for the Rockies against Carlos Rodon. Rodon minus 305. I'm just going to look at the over 8.5. The Yankees seem like they hit 5 home runs a game now. Aaron Judge hits a home run literally every day.
Mm-hmm. He does, and the numbers are staggering.
He's up to 48 home runs now. 8.5. I'm going over 8.5 there. Astros with Hunter Brown coming off a nice win over the Orioles. They got a 6-0 shutout of the Orioles. The Astros have not lost to the Orioles this season. Hunter Brown and the Stros minus 118 favorites at Cade Povich, the son of Maury Povich. Believe it or not. I just made that up.
You called me too. Like, what?
You guys will believe anything.
Well, that would make his mom
Ricky Lake.
No, it's the other team.
Oh, Connie Chung.
Connie Chung, yes.
Yeah. Who was Ricky Lake married to?
Is that Tracy Turnblad?
I don't know. Boy,
I remember she did marry somebody.
I used to think Ricky Lake was kind of hot, low key. I was kind of
yeah, a little bit.
She was a celebrity crush for me. I would have banged Ricky Lake when I was a kid. It would have been illegal.
What?
Yeah. She was a nice, thick gal.
That's okay.
Then she got.
She found
Eventually,
Ozempic
she
before
got
there was Ozempic.
No,
she got bigger.
She got bigger,
Oh.
and once she got to a certain size, I was like, I'm out on you. Like,
yeah.
Once you get to like Rosie O'Donnell weight, I'm out on that.
Give it
But
up.
when I like a healthy, thick woman.
Yeah.
And Ricky Lake in her
Ricky
prime
Lake.
was healthy, thick. Jack.
I like Sally Jesse.
Really, she's too slender for me.
The glasses.
Jack Kokanovich or Kokanovich. I don't know how you say that. He's a made-up person. Pitches for the Angels. They're at the Blue Jays. Chris Bassett going for the Jays. Jays minus 205. The Rangers send Nate Eovaldi to the mound against the Guardians and Tanner Bibby. Guardians minus 135. Ryan Nelson and the Diamondbacks are at Boston. Brayan Bello for the Red Sox. Bello and the Sox minus 130. Kyle Hendricks for the Cubs minus 125 favorites at the Marlins. Max Meyer going for the Fish. Mackenzie Gore follows up Patrick Corbin Day. They hit the road and go see the Atlanta Braves with Chris Sale. I'm going to go with this route here. I'm going to go Braves minus 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get that at minus 125 instead of paying the full minus 290. I think the Braves probably beat the snot out of the Nationals, who they're coming off they're on a high. They're like, oh, we won on Patrick Corbin Day. We were favored. Then Chris Sale comes. He's like about to win the Cy Young. They ain't doing nothing against Chris Sale. So give me the Braves to blow them out. Keeter Montero. Keeter Montero's a made-up person. He's pitching for the Tigers. They're minus 150 at the White Sox with Chris Flexen. Andre Payante goes for the Cardinals at David Festa and the Minnesota Twins. The Twins minus 155. Taijuan Walker goes for the Phillies against Michael Wacha for the Royals. Royals minus 140. JP Sears going for Oakland. They are hosting the Brewers. Aaron Savali going for the Brew Crew -130 favorites. Joe Musgrove pitching for the Padres tonight. They're at home against the Mets. Paul Blackburn for the Mets. Padres -140. The Mariners with a new manager. They fired their manager. Still in the playoff race. Fired their manager. Luis Castillo goes for the Mariners. They're -140 against the Giants with Hayden Birdsong. And Bobby Miller. Is a 2-1 favorite with the Dodgers hosting Tampa with Tyler Alexander. I might go over 9 because Bobby Miller's been getting lit up, and the Dodgers they're going to be able to hit. College football. That's right, baby. We can actually give some lines for college football. Florida State, a 10.5-point favorite against Georgia Tech over in Ireland. 55.5 is your total. I like the Seminoles here. I think that Georgia Tech's getting a lot of love. Georgia Tech is got a new defense. They're running that Mike Elko 4-2-5. It requires good linebackers. Georgia Tech ain't got them. And I think Florida State runs all over these guys.
What do you think about the under on this?
I could see that. Yeah, I think Georgia Tech's going to have a hard time scoring. But I think Florida State's going to run the ball. So, yeah, I would lean to an under there for sure. New Mexico hosting Montana State. They are going to close. Montana State's going to close as the biggest FCS favorite in history against an FBS school. Montana State -13.5 at New Mexico.
If I had any idea about Montana State, I'd get on this.
I think I would too.
I have no idea about
either.
this team.
I don't feel good about it. SMU is a 25.5-point favorite at Nevada. 55.5 the total there. I like under in that game as well. And Delaware State, 40-point dogs at Hawaii. Good luck. If you're betting Hawaii, you're
going to be up late.
Luck.
If you're betting Hawaii looking for that 40.
Blitz from Vegas at 2. We'll be back on Monday. Have a good weekend, everybody. Morning Huddle, 94.1.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.